preview. Friends, welcome back to another battle.
Yay.
With myself, the Beard, and Chef.
It's very soothing.
What?
You're like almost like a modern day Bob Ross. It's lovely.
Let's
get beautiful.
And now we're going to
Yeah.
just put a little bit on top of the mountain over here.
Yeah. Except it's more like, and now we're going to put on the Aquila on top of the corpses of the enemy's foes. just a little Aquila right there.
There
It's a
they are.
It's a friendly little Aquila.
Yeah.
Praise be to the ecclesiarchy.
Oh.
Because that's pertinent, isn't it?
And segue, we're running the Sisters of Battle today with some Imperium chums.
Some.
Oh
gosh.
As many as I can fit in.
God.
Against the dirty 1,000 Suns. Well, no, they're not that dirty.
I'm relative. I mean, unless you break one of us open and there's dust everywhere, that could be a problem.
Could be.
So don't do that. That's all I'm saying is just
be careful.
Don't break me open. Just let me go about my merry way.
They're fragile.
Yeah.
Be careful with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So classic Imperium versus Chaos matchup today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking all of the assassins that I possibly can.
How many assassins is all of them?
6. I filled the whole vanguard. I've got 6. I've got 6 maids. They're my custom ones. You thought,
they're
what?
very cool.
I've got 6. I've got 6 slots.
We'll make an assassin sandwich.
Yeah, delicious.
Oh.
Num 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 num.
No, not for me because I have a grand total of 4 characters. You have more assassins than I have characters across the army.
Well,
that's not very.
We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to run all 6.
It's not very pleasant. Well, do you want to start with your list?
Sure.
Because whilst we're on the talk of assassins, why don't we go straight into showing how many of these nasty boys and girls that we have?
Here they come. Welly Wellington. Let's go through it, shall we?
Is that the names of all the assassins?
Yeah.
The Vindicare triplets.
Yeah, it's
Welly,
sort of
Welly,
like,
Welly.
it's one better than just them being numbered. Like when you get into this kind of organisation and you lose all your identity, number 1, number 2. It's like Welly, and Wellington. And they're just like,
Can you? I can actually imagine the Canoness just like, we need fire support assistance. Please send in the assassin. He's like, Operative Welly assigned. You're like, Operative what now?
Yeah. What? Who?
Wait, what?
Wellington? We're doomed. Well,
right.
Let's carry on, shall we? So let me go through the sisters list first of all. So, HQ, so basically I'm taking a battalion of Sisters of Battle and a vanguard of assassins today. So not all the command points in the world, but more of a little test to see if 6 is too many. I think not.
I don't think
but
it is.
We'll find out. So battalion-wise in the HQ, I've got a couple of Canoness, and I have Saint Celestine herself, which is my warlord for today. I have given one of the Canoness the Book of St. Lucius, so she gets the bigger bubble with her reroll 1's buff. So the reason I take that is because I usually run a Canoness sitting alongside some exorcists. So just being able to spread them out a little bit. They don't have like ignore line of sight. We just discussed they might get it in the new book.
Who knows what's going to happen in a codex? I could definitely see them getting like a stratagem, like coral. That's a type of like sea thing. Coral bombardment, and it's like ignore line of sight and ignore cover type thing, like which would be pretty cool.
We've been writing the codex ourselves while we were setting the game up. We've got a wish list. Anyway, so a 9-inch bubble for the Canoness, so I can spread out those exorcists a bit wider, so I get a better spread of line of sight across the board. Apart from that, she's got a bolt pistol and a power sword. Second Canoness, bolt pistol and power sword again. Then Celestine, just Celestine. She does her thing. She's tooled up as it is.
Yeah.
She doesn't need anything.
She doesn't need any more.
Doesn't need any books or anything like that. She's doing her thing.
Yep.
Then got 3 units of sisters. They have the the bolters, and then a heavy flamer in there, and the superiors just bare bones, chainsaw, and a bolt pistol. They are kind of spread out across the boards, but I do have 3 immolators as well, which I can use for transport if I wish. I'm mainly going to be using them for the dominions, which I'm running as well. So 2 units of dominions, all with melter guns. The superior's got the chainsword and the melter pistol. I know I take the same thing every single time, but they're metal. I can't magnetize metal.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It's very difficult. I think it's doable, but I mean, it's
Not for me. Not for me.
I've not magnetized a single thing ever.
I
so
drill
wouldn't
through
know.
my hand, I think.
Nice.
However, I think the Inferno pistol was actually quite a good option for the for that type of unit.
Sure.
It came down in price a bit.
And they're getting up in the grill anyway. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the Vanguard move with the Dominion. So if you whack them in an Immolator without any additional units in there, like you can't take a Canoness, they are able to do their Vanguard move, so you can move them after deployment and then move them again. So you get up in their grill.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah,
Immediately.
which is not pleasant.
Well, it depends. Depends what side of the board you're on, I suppose.
Well, yeah, but it's not pleasant for me.
So we also have a unit of Seraphim. So 6 Seraphim, 2 with the hand flamers, and the Superior's just got the double bolt pistols. They'll probably be deep striking in because I love their new stratagem where they can have the extra range on their hand flamers. They just turn a little nozzle at the bottom just for that one turn.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
woof. It's very
Nice.
cool. And then I mentioned already 3 Exorcists. I have given them Storm Bolters. I thought about Hunter Killer Missiles, but then with our collective track record of Hunter Killer Missiles, I don't think anyone in the crew is capable of firing a Hunter Killer Missile and having it hit.
Unless it's Lawrence with 6 of them on Razorbacks with Bobby G.
I don't.
But that's because he's got Bobby G.
I don't think even he's very good. We're cursed. Anyway, no Hunter Killer Missiles today. So that is the battalion. And then after that, as I've mentioned, we've got a Vanguard detachment with the Execution Force. So a Vindicare, a Calexis, a Calidus, and an Eversaw. And then 2 more Vindicares.
Yeah, so that doesn't make it the Execution Force because you have to have exactly one of each.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get the command point for having the Execution Force, but this is like, I guess, an Omega Force.
Yeah. Mega
Death Force.
Mega Death Force.
Yeah. Nice.
I've run 3 Vindicares before by themselves.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like, it's a bit much. And I don't feel like I need 3. But I'm deciding to do it again. And I think when you've got the other 3 Assassins as well, then you've got very good ball control in terms of the distance with the Vindicares and the other 3 or 4 that can pop up later in the game, and especially against a Psychic Force, the Calexis is always
going to be a problem.
A bit of a win.
It's going to be a problem.
I think the Calidus is great in terms of being able to force the extra.
She's awesome.
She's great, and the Eversaw is brilliant. I always kind of disregard the Eversaw before.
At your peril.
Yeah, but as soon as he became Eddie, everything changed. Eddie changed the game for me, and he lives in here always.
Much love.
Much love for Eddie. That's the list.
Yeah. What order are you using?
I've forgotten the name of it.
What does it do?
Our martyred lady.
Which does? I've not played Sister. I've not actually played against Sisters.
It's been a while since I've run them as well. We'll cover that when we get into term 1.
Sure.
When I remember and check my book.
Sure.
Before that, let's go into the Thousand Sons list and see what dark deeds are being conjured by the forces of the Thousand Sons.
Dark deeds indeed.
Nice.
With the Thousand Sons coming up. So
Nice.
we have, I'm just going to preface this, exactly 2,000 points.
I've also got 2,000 points.
Oh, snap now.
Double on the nose.
Oh, that's good. So
Oh
we're
my
off to an
goodness.
excellent start.
We both win.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Fantastic.
it. Game over. Bye. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone. So I'm running a battalion and a vanguard.
Very good.
So I have, as my warlord, Demon Prince of Zinch. Dual talents, crab claws. Walking along. He is running the High Magister warlord trait, so that gives him +1 to the cast, which is always really, really nice.
Very good.
Alongside him is an Exalted Sorcerer on disc. The Prince is carrying the Dark Matter Crystal, and I've paid a command point to give the Exalted Sorcerer on disc the Helm of the Third Eye, so I can steal command points, which I might need to if there's a Calidus about. You know, that's a bit of a problem.
They're the 2 to take.
Yeah.
Those relics.
They are. Unfortunately, the Thousand Sons are in that sort of early stage of 8th edition still, where you look at it and you go, that's the only choice, let's do it. Ironically, I'm not taking the auto take, which is Araman, because I didn't want to.
Good for you.
I regret my decision having 6 assassins and Celestine on the board, but never mind, you know, what you're going to do. Then in my free troops, except I have 5 troops, I have 30 Zangor with a Brayhorn. Fairly standard choice. They're good at what they do. There are immolators here, which might be a bit of a problem, but we'll see what happens. I was considering sort of, you know, like backlining them or putting them in the webway, but you were going to catch me wherever you went, and I already have quite a lot in reserve anyway. I kind of wanted some meat on the board. I have 2 units of 10 rubrics with Soul Reaper Cannon in each.
Very good.
I have a unit of 5, and I have another unit of 5. That second unit of 5 is carrying 4 Warp Flamers.
I like that.
Because it's fun.
I like that a lot.
Now, you could argue, but why don't you, like, split the Warp Flamers into the separate units and stuff? Because I don't want to. And also because I'm thinking, my plan was, like, with Warp Time on them, like, you know, run up advance, like, Auto Flame is pretty nasty. But, you know, we'll see how that works out. That might not even come up at all, and they might have been a complete waste of time.
It's a good way to deal with the Calidus, though.
The Calyxus, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, as soon as he appears, I can send off the Flamers and just go... Toasty.
Toast him.
Yes. They are in rhinos, so obviously the 2 10-man units are in a rhino each, and the 2 5-man units are currently sharing a rhino. Then in my vanguard, I have a sorcerer in Terminator armor with a familiar for that +1 to cast on the first power that he does every turn. And accompanying him is in my elite slots, a shaman on disc. Got to get that +1 going for the Zangor. Makes them really, really nice and reliable. We will be getting enlightened at some point, guys. Trust me, I've been begging for them for ages, as well as free Mutilator Vortex Beast because they're fun.
Yeah.
Mortal wounds everywhere. It's
They're amazing.
brilliant. The other 2 units that I have are 2 identical Scarab Occult Terminators. They each have a Hellfire Missile Rack, and that's it. Because Bolter Discipline makes them really, really nice and tasty. Yeah. And as of time of filming, we have Hateful Assault. Yes,
Yeah.
finally. So, I mean, we played a few games last week using Chaos Armies, and we didn't apply it, same as we've done with Grey Knights as well. At time of filming, it wasn't an official thing, so we didn't want to do it. So obviously it's going to look a little bit out of odds now. But now that it's official, we're playing with those rules. So that means that all of my rubrics and my Scarab Occults and my characters will be getting +1 attack on basically the first round of combat. Now, it doesn't apply to Zangor, which I'm perfectly okay with.
Yeah.
I was very concerned that they were going to give it to Zangor.
Yeah.
They don't need it. They're already very, very good. Yeah. An extra attack in the first round of combat would have made them even better than they already are. For 7 points a model for what you get, you don't need that extra attack. You can already attack twice for a cheaper CP than most armies. You can already apply veterans to them somehow.
Yeah. Technically, they're veterans of the Long War.
But they're not. They're basically mutated. They're mutated sort of cultists and followers. They are mutants. They're not really Space Marines, but they have the Heretic Astartes keyword in order to give to not take away the extra range of the Thousand Suns. It's an odd one. It's I can personally see that being removed from them at some point. But then I was also saying the same thing about cultists, and they can still veterans. For reasons. So that's an odd one, but, you got to take what you got to take, you got to use what you got to use. And, with the amount of immolators here, I'm not sure if I'm going to have 30 left by the end of the turn 1. So, unless you roll really, really badly. You have been known to do it.
Me?
Yeah, roll badly, yeah.
Stop it.
So that's 2,000 points.
Good.
Obviously, we've got a nice spread of psychic powers amongst there. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. I've got some good units in reserve. Currently, you have turn 1.
Indeed.
So this could be a problem, because that's going to be a lot of firepower coming my way, and then I've got to deal with the assassins. Now, I'll be able to counterpunch those assassins, but them arriving turn 1 could be an issue. But we are playing Maelstrom, so, all bets are off. And we're playing, what's it called? Visions of Victory.
Yeah.
Which we'll go over in just a moment. So that's the lists. I guess we better play a game.
Let's get into it.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Theatre of War.
here we are. We are amongst the debris of this ruined Imperial city, and we are about to wage war between the Imperium and the forces of chaos. Oh yes. So we are using the Tabletop Tactics exclusive battle mat, as you can see here.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice, Matt?
I forgot about that.
It's available on tabletoptactics.tv.
Very good.
So yes, in amongst the ruins, we have one building standing true. There must be some top secret Vermilion level secrets in there. The Thousand Sons looking to get their dirty paws on. However, the Sisters of Battle and the operatives of the Officio Assassinorum have been sent to deal with them, to keep the secrets for the Imperium and the Imperium only. Oh yes. So as we mentioned, Visions of Victory is being played this day, a Maelstrom game. Essentially it's the fun one where when the cards are drawn, your opponent can choose which cards that are in play. It is a very fun one and a good way to wind up your opponent. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Me and Bone like playing this one. Just to mention very quickly, they are the Order of Our Martyred Lady, which is what I forgot in the list. So essentially, each time a unit is destroyed with that order keywords, essentially my infantry, I gain a faith point, which is lovely. And based on the amount of units I've got, I have 6 faith points this game, and Celestine's Warlord trait allows me to get an additional one on a roll of a 4 at the start of each turn. So that's nice. Just another piece of administratum. Why not? One Vindicare Assassin, one Vindicare Assassin. The other 4 are in Deep Strike, as is Celestine, as is the Gemini, as are the Seraphim. Everything else is on the board, and as we can see over here, the Thousand Sons are lurking around the building. Demon Prince over here, and all of his chums, the Exalted Sorcerer, the Shaman on his disc. Oh, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I'm excited to kick things off.
Yeah.
As it stands, the Sisters of Battle are due to go first, unless the Ruinous Powers can conjure a 6. Do you wish to seize the initiative this day?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I do. I've yet to seize since I started here.
Could happen. Could be. Oh, it's close. It's close.
Damn.
It's close. However, that does mean your luck hasn't run out for this game.
True.
There is still luck lingering within those bones. But it is time for Sisters of Battle to kick things off. Battle round 1 is coming up next. Mr. Beard.
Yes.
Okay, so Visions of Victory, as you've already stated, we're drawing 2 objective cards every time you would normally draw them, and I would get to pick which one you choose. So we're going to do it live!
We're going to do it live. We're going to do it in the car park.
In the car
The car
park.
park of the Imperium.
So the first 2.
First 2, Secure Objective 6 and Supremacy.
Okay.
Then we've got Defend Objective 3 and No Prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Priority orders received.
Okay, so what's that one going to be?
That's going to be...
No, that's draw the additional one. That's the Warlord
I'm
one.
thinking of the wrong one, sorry. Overwhelming Firepower
Okay.
for that. And Witch Hunter.
Okay.
And then we finally have Big Game Hunter and Secure Objective 3.
Okay, so immediately I'm going to say get rid of Witch Hunter, because your Warlord's not on the battlefield, and she does have a Flamer,
But it's not overwhelming.
but it's not overwhelming. No prisoners, defend objective 3 for that one, so I'm just going to have a quick pan through the battlefield. So, objective 3 is over here.
Oh,
You know what?
convenient.
I'm going to say that you can keep defend objective 3.
Thanks.
Big Game Hunter and secure objective 3. You know what? You can keep secure objective 3. And then secure objective 6 or supremacy.
Okay,
so this
Objective 6 is there.
is there. Supremacy, is that going to be doable for you? Well, you haven't moved your immolators yet.
No, they do have a Vanguard move, so I could get... I
You
can
could.
get Supremacy.
So you know what? I'm going to deny you supremacy for
Okay,
now, because
alright.
you're in a good position to take it relatively early, and supremacy is always a good start.
True.
So you can have secure objective 6, which will give you the 1 point, but I've pretty securely denied the other 3 because we've got secure objective 3, defend objective 3, which I'm holding with my Zangor all the way over here. So you're definitely not going to get that this turn.
Yep.
And priority orders received, which means only the Warlord can do it with overwhelming firepower as well. How do you feel about that, Beard?
It's not the best draw.
No, it's not.
Not the best draw, but it's all right.
But
It's okay. It's
yeah.
how this game goes.
Okay, so we're just going to do the Vanguard move with these Immolators, and then we're going to kick off the rest of your movement phase and just have a quick discussion of what it is that you're doing. So, Sisters of Battle, turn 1 movement phase is now completed. So we've got both of these Immolators here. They were the ones carrying the Dominion squads. They've used their Vanguard move to move up. The Dominions themselves have jumped out because this was all done pre-game. Where's the other Dominion squad? Where are they hiding?
Oh, they're still in there. They're still in
Oh, very
I
interesting.
wanted to keep one a bit safer. These guys have jumped out, so they might be able to pop off a rhino.
Sure.
But the other squad I wanted to keep safe because they're a little bit squishy.
Yeah,
Only
that
5.
that makes sense. That makes sense. So both of those have moved, and then obviously they've disembarked and then moved again. So they are super fast.
It's a cool little rule.
Yeah, I really hope they don't get rid of it because they've had that rule since 3rd edition, since the Witch Hunter Codex.
Yeah.
This Immolator here has remained static, I believe. It's slightly shuffled.
Move it.
Move it now.
Sorry.
Whilst I do everything else. The Exorcists have obviously remained static. These Sisters have just remained pretty much where they are, maybe slightly reshuffled just to make sure that they're holding objective and remaining in cover.
Yep.
These ones have moved over the wall, scaling it or smashing it through, depending on how they're feeling, in order to hold objective number 6.
I did it. I got my point.
This Vindicare has moved, so he won't be able to use his is it Deadeye, Steady Aim.
Yeah, I'm going to lose that. However, it does.
It means he can actually shoot
I can
something.
Shoot the demon thing.
Yeah, so he's got a shot at the Demon Prince.
Yep.
This Vindicare has stayed where he is. So Beard is just going to move this Immolator that he forgot to move. You don't have a Psychic phase, so we'll be immediately back with the move and the shooting phase.
Yes.
So this Immolator has moved up. He advanced as well because Immolator... are they just Immolator Flamers?
The Immolation Flamer.
Immolation Flamer is an assault weapon, so yeah, Immolators are very, very good for their points. They always have been, I think. Hopefully that doesn't change in the Codex. So we're starting the shooting phase with these Dominions here, and you're using an Act of Faith.
Yes, I am.
Okay, what are we doing?
We're going to do Divine Guidance.
Okay.
So you do that in the shooting phase. The faith point value is a 4.
Mhm.
So 4, 5, or a 6, and I get +1 to hit.
Okay.
Here we go. 4, 5, or 6. Okay, didn't go off.
Okay, so it didn't go off. That does cost you a faith point, but that doesn't prevent them from doing any shooting, so we're going to go straight onto them.
Indeed. So
Okay.
4 melters into the rhino.
Okay.
I didn't need it anyway.
You didn't need it. Very good.
The light of the Emperor is flickery. It's like a candle.
So freeze to wound here.
Okay.
Okay, 3 wounds. Now, I've not done prepared positions because I didn't feel the point, because there's a lot of AP4 here. A 6-up save versus, versus the 2 command points spent, I'd rather not. So that goes straight through. You're not in half damage range, so it's just 3d6 damage. Oh, but that is a dead rhino. That is first strike. So we're going to bundle those guys out. We'll roll the explodes quickly.
Does it explode?
Oh, does it explode? It does not. Okay,
exploded.
nearly exploded. So I'm just going to pile out those guys, and then we'll roll for them once they're out, and then we'll move on with the rest of the shooting.
The rhino in a smouldering wreckage. It looks like it's exploded. This guy's been blown upwards. That's very exciting.
Yeah, 3 inches exactly up. Great.
So let's see if any perish.
All right. How many
Amongst the
die,
wreckage.
if any, in the explosion? I lose 1.
Just
I will.
1.
I will take that.
That could have been worse.
We'll remove this guy just to prevent any cheeky charges that you might want to do. Just to try to tie up my shooting.
Very good. Right, that is the rhino dealt with. Let's move on to the rest of the shooting phase.
It is Immolator time, so we're going to work our way along. I have a funny feeling that they're all going to go for these Zangor here, but we'll do them one at a time because you never know. Beard may roll hot. Ah! Stormbolters first, is it?
Stormbolters first,
Okay.
so I don't forget them. Okay, 2 hits.
Alright, 2 hits there. Toughness 4.
They're toughness 4,
They are toughness 4.
That is some strong skin.
But-
Oh, double mark of death.
All right.
Remove the unit, please.
That's the unit gone, yeah, absolutely. So I have a 5-up inbun save, of which I failed 2. So 2 are removed for now.
Okay.
We'll do
so
the flamer.
Immolation Flamer. 2d6 auto hits. That's 9.
Very good.
Very good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Auto
9.
hit.
So this will be 3s.
Yep,
So
strength 5. Well, that's pretty horrible. Is that 8 saves?
Yeah, I dropped. I dropped 2. Sorry, so that would be 7 saves.
7 saves. Okay.
You must muster the invuln saves.
Yes, I must. Oh dear. That's 6. So 8 of them have died already. That is awful. I'm going to remove some, and then we'll be back shortly. Ouch, that is 8 of them removed. However, what I have done is I've removed some of these front ones here, which puts them just out of range of that one on the end there. So that will help limit my firepower a fair bit. Probably should have started with that one bit.
So, yep.
Never mind, mistakes were made. The rest of them, it doesn't matter how many I removed, I'd never be able to get out of range of this second one coming. Yep. So we're still going to have a good amount of firepower my way. Did you say you were going to start with the Stormbolter over here?
Yeah, we'll do this guy first. We'll do the Stormbolter, and it's not in rapid fire range.
And cannot see this one because of the corner of the building.
rapid fire because he's a tank. So
no, you don't.
Oh, no, I don't
it's
get
still
this
12. Yeah, it's still 12 inches.
Okay. Hey-oh! 2 hits.
Yep.
1 wound.
1 wound. Can I make a save? No, I can't. Another one bites the dust. Should we go straight onto that flamer?
Indeed. Let's do the flamer on the next one.
All right. Oh dear, that's another good round there. I'm going to gather my dice already because I feel...
Oh, there we go. The luck has... wow.
Oh dear.
7 misses.
Okay.
3 wounds.
3 wounds, of which...
2 saves?
I passed 2, so I've only lost 2 so far. You still got the Stormbolter there?
Yep. 2 hits. And 1 wound.
Which fails. So 3 of them do die, but that could have gone a lot worse.
Is that any good?
Next up, the trio of exorcists. The first one here can draw line of sight across to this rhino by the courthouse.
Cheers. Right, D6 shots. 4.
Not bad.
I'll take 4. Excuse me. 3 rerolling ones because the Canoness is hanging around. Okay, 3 hits.
Strength 8, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
3's to wound.
Oh dear. Oh
That
dear.
is 3 wounds.
And it's -4?
It's -4.
Alright, so I'm not getting a save again.
Yeah.
D6 damage each.
D6 now, yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah, 11 wounds. That is enough. Does it explode? It does not. I'll just deploy them and roll for the any dead in the tank. Oh dear.
Alright, the Exorcist doing what it does best. The Rhino's popped, the Marines have bundled out. Do any fall to the flamey goodness?
Flamey death. Okay, so I have 10 guys inside. They are split into 2 squads, but let's see. Oh no!
Oh, that is 4.
That is painful.
That's a problem.
Alright.
That's a problem.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove 3 from the Bolter squad and I'm going to remove 1 from the Flamer squad.
Okay.
The salvo keeps on coming. The other 2 exorcists now are bringing their missiles all the way across the battlefield into these Marines that they can draw line of sight to.
Yes.
The first one then.
The first one, D6 shots. 4 again.
4 again. Very
Okay.
good.
3s, rerolling 1s.
Good thing too.
Okay, still got a 1. 2 hits.
It is strength 8, so 2's to wound.
2's to wound. That is 2 wounds.
Okay.
It is -4.
So -4, it does multiple damage, so all his dust will not apply. I'm not wholly within cover, so it would just be my 5-up invuln saves.
Yep.
Of which I pass 1.
Got 1.
So 1 will get removed, which will be this one here,
Yep.
so that they are now wholly within cover. Straight on to the second one.
Smart. Straight into the second one. D6 again. Just a 1.
Oh no.
I'm not using command point.
Okay.
Does it hit? It does hit, and don't alarm you, it is marked for death. So
Oh well, that's it then. That's the unit dead. Do I make my invuln save? Because even with the cover, I'm not getting the +1, so 2 up versus -4. My invuln is still better. Or not, as the case may be. Another one does indeed die. But
Okay.
I think that's it for your shooting.
Just a Vindicator left.
No, that's it for your shooting.
Just a Vindicator!
Alright, let's come back and decide what they want to do. It's assassin time!
Yes.
So this one here has moved, which means no faultless aim, but it does mean he can draw a bead on the Demon Prince.
Yay.
Cursed Wings!
Yay!
True line of sight in 8th edition, everyone. What is it you're going to do? Are you going to take a shot or are you going to use a stratagem?
I'm going to use a stratagem. I'm going to use a double penetrator. Time
Okay.
to shoot. Come on.
So what does this do, Vid?
So essentially, when I target a
a vehicle or a monster, if
Mhm.
I hit, it's D3 mortal wounds.
Straight up.
The reason why I'm not just shooting normally is because I'll be wounding on 5s.
You would, yes.
Because he's a tough cookie.
He is, yeah. So that he would potentially be able to do more wounds because of the D3 shots plus the headshot as well.
Yeah.
However, this is a bit more reliable if you hit.
Yes.
So I have not.
Well, it's only one shot with the rifle.
It is, yeah, and you have moved.
Yeah.
But
This seems like the best
sure.
choice for me.
And that is how many command points?
Uno.
Uno command points.
So I'm down to 7.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Needing a 3. There's a 3.
It's a hit, so it just does D3 mortal wounds.
Just
That's
D3
it.
mortal.
That's all there is to
Here
it.
we go. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Have I used this?
You've not used a command
I'm going to do
reroll.
a command reroll.
That makes sense.
Because it's the end of my turn. Here we go. Hey!
That's better.
That's the opposite
3
of what I had
mortal
before.
wounds on the Demon Prince.
Huzzah!
That is not very pleasant. However, you've used 2 command points there, 2 different stratagems.
So I've only got 6 left.
Okay, I'm just going to roll for my Helm of the Third Eye now, just to see if I steal one of those. I'm going to roll them both together. Obviously, I can only get the one. It doesn't matter, it's a double one. We'll move swiftly on. And then this Vindicare, what's he going to do? Or do you need some time to think about it?
He's not really got. It's just troops that he can see, really. So I'm just going to shoot at the Chaos Space Marines.
Okay, well, you've got 3 to choose from here because you should be able to see these units here. Remember, one of them is down to only 2 models, a Sorcerer and a Bolter.
Oh!
So
of course, because there's 2 units, isn't there?
Indeed, and I'm not sure on the leadership. I want to say it's 9 because they are Chaos with a Sorcerer, but it could potentially be an extra guy that dies, which means a failed leadership check.
We'll go for the unit of 2 in that case.
Alright.
Right, he has not moved, so I'll be hitting on a 2.
He's hitting on a 2.
That's a hit.
Yep, and these are infantry, so it's just a flat 2 to wound.
2 to wound.
Okay. So this is -3 and no invons, I believe.
That is... Yes, that's correct, because it's... no invons can be made.
Okay, and he ignores cover innately, not that I'm getting it by standing out in the open. So I need a 6 here.
Here we go.
That is not a 6.
No.
Okay, so another one dies, so that
Yeah.
leaves just the Sorcerer left alive here.
Yeah.
But 4 guys dead this turn. I think that's your shooting done.
It's the shooting done, and that is actually the end of my turn.
Okay, so we do have some morale checks to go. I'm just going to see which ones are possible to fail and which ones aren't, and then we'll be back shortly.
Right, just closing things off with the morale phase. This unit over here has lost 1 model.
No, they lost 3.
Oh, they lost 3. Sorry,
They
forgive
lost
me.
3, yeah.
They lost 3. We're going to auto pass
Yep.
the Zangors, which is the right life choice.
Yep.
Over here we have the lone sorcerer, and then the other unit over there has only lost 1 model, so they can't fail the morale test. So, which one are you going to do first?
So we've got 2 to make, so we'll start with this one. So
Yep.
they lost 3. Their leadership is 8. 8! Dear me. But I'm fine.
He's fine.
And then this one, he lost 4 of his friends.
Yep.
That's what we want. He's still alive. Very
Hey!
good.
This is my favourite thing with Thousand Suns. For some reason, the sorcerers always seem to do quite well.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I don't know why. They just do. They're bad men. 2 command points been spent on the Zangors over here.
Yeah.
Although they've lost quite a lot of their number, they are standing firm, and they've got the potential to shut down quite a lot of shooting next turn with their ability to charge multiple targets. So, although that was a pretty decent turn for the Sisters of Battle, there could potentially be a pretty decent counter punch coming back from the Thousand Suns. Lots of smite to come in, lots of psychic shenanigans. Let's not waste any more time. It's time for the Thousand Suns turn 1.
Vengeance.
Yes. Just before we draw the cards for the Thousand Suns, just a quick summary. Secure Objective 6 was secured. This Battle Sister Squad over here secured Objective 6. Funnily enough, didn't get Secure Objective 3. Overwhelming Firepower, didn't get that because my wall's not even on the board. I've discarded Defend Objective 3. This might come in use later on, so I might hold on to it because it is a potential of 4 victory points, potentially. So we'll see how the next couple of turns pans out. But for now, it's time for the Thousand Suns to draw their cards.
Yeah, let's go straight on to that, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first one is the Wrath of Magnus.
Oh my goodness.
Or Assassinate.
Right, what does the Wrath of Magnus do?
So Wrath of Magnus is I have to destroy a unit in my psychic phase.
Okay, and then Assassinate is a character. So I think you can keep Assassinate.
Okay. Then we have no prisoners,
Yeah.
so kill units, or Big Game Hunter.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting because they're both very, very doable. What's going to be slightly harder?
Yeah.
Well, Big Game Hunter can only really be 1 victory point because I
Yeah.
don't have anything that has 20 wounds. So you can keep Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, that makes sense because no prisoners would have gone for those sisters over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
Then we have either Master the Warp
Yes.
or Defend Objective 5.
Where's Objective
Oh.
5?
Oh no!
Where is it?
That one is there.
Aha!
Okay.
Okay, interesting. Well, it is at least achievable in some means, but you're definitely going to master the warp, so you can keep Defend Objective 5.
Okay, and then the final lot. So it's either Defend Objective 4,
Uh-huh.
oh dear, or Area Denial. Okay. So neither of those are looking good because I believe Defend Objective 4 is...
Is it under the...
that one.
Okay.
So they're both in the middle anyway.
Yeah. I think you can... I'll give you Defend Objective 4. Area Denial again is doable.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got potential
Alright.
here
Okay.
to if you get first strike to get 3 points,
Potentially.
and then you'll be in the lead.
Well, that's what I want.
Crazy
So
maelstrom.
I'm just going to put these back into my deck. We're going to
Okay.
we're reshuffling the decks as and when we do them because you are able to score the these discarded ones again. So
Yep.
Beard has already reshuffled his deck from previous turn. So you never know, those cards might appear exactly the same next turn.
Who knows?
But for now, I've got some movement to do now. I need to think about what I'm going to do here
Yep.
based on my objectives.
Okay, let's crack on. Okay, turn 1, movement phase for the Thousand Suns is complete. If we start over this side, this unit of rubrics are moving quickly forwards towards the Dominion squad over here, looking to make short work of them. Only 5 to get through, and objective 5 is over here, which I believe is one of your defend cards, correct?
It is one of the defend ones.
I see a plan hatching here. Very good.
Yep.
Over here, the remaining Zangors have moved forwards, looking to engage with the 2 immolators over here, as is their right. The Shaman has come forward as well, looking to buff them real nice. The Warp Flamer unit as well has sprung forward, looking to unleash Warp Flame Hell where they can. The Demon Prince has snuck out as well. He's looking to deal some damage and do some things. Over here, the big blob of Thousand Suns. This is one big unit, right?
Yep, that is one big unit.
Okay, they have sprung forward as well, being supported by the Exalted Sorcerer, and this Rhino has advanced and popped smoke. So many plans being hatched, and finally, what's this little fella doing?
Well, he's run away. He's out of line of sight. He's lost all of his mates.
Oh,
But
okay.
they have a plan for him.
He's got a cunning plan.
Cunning indeed.
A cunning plan, very good. Okay, so the movement phase is complete, but now it's time for what the Thousand Suns do best. It's the psychic phase. Let's see what the warp can muster. Okay, we are starting the psychic phase off with the Lone Ranger back here. The cunning plan,
Cunning plan.
it does seem very cunning, so explain what's happening.
So, because aspiring sorcerers can only take from discipline of change, which is the basic powers, they usually run out of powers that they can take. However, what you can do, before I dropped it,
Oh, he's disappeared. Oh, that was a good trick.
Chaos Familiar! So at the
Oh.
start of the Psychic phase, I select a Thousand Suns Psyker from my army.
Yep.
He is a Psyker. That model can replace a single Psychic power with a power of your choice from the Dark Hereticus Discipline, Discipline of Change, or Discipline of Tzeentch, which is
Well-
normally the exclusive one for demons.
Well.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of Boon of Mutation because it's not all that useful, and swap it for Gaze of Fate.
Oh my goodness. Gaze of Fate has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, you can reroll a single dice roll later during your turn.
So he's going to be my reroll battery.
Amazing.
Yeah!
So this guy, looking to avenge his dusty brethren that have fallen, he's now going to be a buff machine.
Yep, that's
He's
the plan.
just getting buff back there. He's lifting weights.
Yep.
He's bumping iron. Cool. Nice. Very good.
On that basis, let's start with him.
Okay, let's do it.
So it's cast on a 6. That goes off, so I've got a reroll.
Tremendous.
You've got nothing in deny range because Shield of Faith gives you a deny, but only when it targets them, is it?
It's a bit of a weird one. So if you're in denial range, you are able to attempt to deny a power. However, you can only do so on 1d6.
So it doesn't have to target them specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, so it allows them to just... If I rolled that on a 6, one of your rhinos could attempt to deny it.
I think it needs to exceed it. So I
Oh,
think,
no, it does,
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
If you get
It's
if you got
basically
like
for
a
smites.
if you got a 5 for a smite, then I could attempt to deny it on a 6.
Sure. Cool.
Yeah, very good. Cool. That power is cast. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we are moving on to the right side of the board. This Exalted Sorcerer is casting Weaver of Fates. Not on himself, not on the rubrics, but onto the Zangor blob. He is looking to deal these immolators and can do with a 4-up in bomb.
Oh, yes. So
Okay.
Weaver of Fates is cast on a 6.
That is cast.
Exactly what you needed.
Bang.
Very good. Okay, the Aspiring Sorcerer. Has he been inspired, this Aspiring Sorcerer?
Hopefully.
The inspired Aspiring Sorcerer, he's going to cast Temporal Manipulation. And he's doing so on which unit?
On the Demon Prince.
On the Demon Prince.
Heals D3 wounds.
Very good.
It's cast on a 6.
That goes off.
This is a good Psychic phase so far. D3, very
Okay.
good. 2 wounds back.
Alright, so he's back up to 7, which is
7
good.
wounds, very good. Now the Aspiring Sorcerer has been inspired, we're going back to the Exalted Sorcerer.
Yeah.
So he's going to cast Warp Time on the Rubric squad around him.
Squad. Oh no, it doesn't go off. You know
Okay.
what? That's okay.
Yeah? Alright with that?
I'm going to use my Gaze of Fate reroll.
Ah, how
so
convenient.
We're going to swap out that 2 and use the clearly the Zinch dice.
Okay, never mind. Well, you know, it didn't cost me command points. So
It didn't cost you a command point, but that is a really interesting power.
It's really good.
That's some would say a tabletop tactic.
No, it's just really good.
Okay, over to this squad over here. The Aspiring Sorcerer is summoning the power of Zinch's Firestorm and casting it upon this immolator in the middle here. Point of note, this is the one with a Canoness inside of it.
Yep. So I'm trying to get that assassinate going.
It is.
So and also because this one is closest to a bunch of other smites as well.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Careful now.
no.
Come on now.
So it is cast on a 7. That is cast
Oh,
though.
there we go. Very good.
Handy.
That is cast. So it's 9 dice.
9 dice, and for every 6, it's a mortal wound.
My goodness.
So I want a good roll here.
Okay.
I will get 1 mortal wound.
Well,
That's okay.
That's a mortal wound. 1 mortal wound down. This immolator is on 9 wounds. Okay, moving into the twilight of the psychic phase now. A bunch of stuff is happening, and I'm going to let you explain.
Okay, so the Shaman has Glamour of Zinch, which is the -1 to hit power.
Yes.
Now, I was considering doing this on the Demon Prince, because if you shot out by Vindicares again, then they'll obviously imply the minus. However, Beard did remind me that Careful Aim, is it called, their rule?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Careful Aim, obviously they ignore all minuses. However, he cannot see that particular one. That one is all the way over there, so there's a big building in the way. So if he was to move, he can only really move down, and he's still not going to be able to see me from where he is.
Yeah, in terms of this terrain piece, I can move downwards, that's about it. And even if I move, well, maybe if I move right to the edge I could, but still it was, I don't know.
And the other one that's appearing is going to be counting as moving anyway, so we're hitting on 3. So, you know what? I need to get Big Game Hunter because I need to crack this one open in order to pile out the Canoness as well for the characters. So I'm going to just cast a smite with him.
He's playing for the points.
Playing for the points. So this is a smite. That's not a big boy smite, but it is a character, so that is D3.
Yep.
Okay, so another 2
2
mortal
wounds.
wounds there.
So down to 7.
This-
Whittling away quite nicely.
This Aspiring Sorcerer,
Yep.
he has Temporal Manipulation, and obviously we're playing Match Play, so you can't cast that again, so he's going to cast a Smite.
Very good.
Obviously this one will only do 1.
Unless,
one it
unless you
is.
got a super smite. But that is 6 wounds.
Okay, and then we're going to go straight onto the Demon Prince. This is the last one. So he is also going to cast Smite.
Okay.
And he's also going to cast Doom Bolt. His other power is Death Hex. You know what? A 6-up in bun. I'm not worried about.
Indeed.
So we'll start with the Smite. Ah, that's really unfortunate because he does have High Majesty, which gives him a +1, but that's
close.
not quite enough for the Super Smite.
Close.
But it is D3.
Yep.
Which is the
Another
big
3 and oh my goodness.
It's almost like it was meant to be.
The Weaver of Fates has read the future. That dice, move it to the correct facing.
Yep.
That's ominous.
It's ominous
I
because
think.
the final thing is Doom Bolt.
Okay.
So, now this is a warp charge of 9, and the
Right.
reason for that is because you can pick your target, which
Yeah.
is really powerful. But I do get the +1, and it means nothing, but I didn't
that's a
peril.
shame.
So you know what? He's down to 3. That's
Yeah.
okay. There are worse things.
Absolutely. Cool. Very good. 3 wounds left. We're going to move on to the shooting phase. Will he be able to open up this tin can? Okay, the shooting phase is beginning. The Rubik Marine squad over here with the Warp Flamers have seen the smite being thrust into this immolator, and they're looking to finish it off with their Warp Flamers. There's 3 remaining, 3d6 shots. Here we go.
3d6 flamers. Oh,
That's
good.
pretty good.
That's really good. Now,
That's pretty
I was
good.
considering doing veterans on this unit,
Yep.
just because I know they're auto hitting, but I decided against it.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have 7. That is 12 hits.
12 hits. Very
Okay,
good. 5s and
6,
6s.
10, and another 2 dice from my bag of goodies.
Where's the bag of goodies?
So I do need 5s to wound here.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what, actually? Veterans would have been a waste. It would have given me 1 extra wound.
Yeah.
3 wounds at -2.
-2. Okay, this could be the end of the immolator.
Could be
So needing 5s and 6s here.
Oh yeah.
And it is the end. I failed all 3. The immolator is destroyed. Does it blow up? It doesn't blow up.
Okay.
However, I need to roll for the sisters and the canoness inside.
So that is an immolator removed, which is good for me.
First strike.
Now, yeah, that first strike and the big game hunter as well.
Oh, it's very interesting.
It's handy. But let's see if any of these die in the fire explosion. So 6 of them inside.
Survive for the emperor. One's dead.
One is only the one.
One's dead.
So
Okay.
obviously you get to pick who that is. You don't have to apply that to individual units or models.
Yeah.
So obviously the canoness would not die first.
Absolutely, I'm going to move the one with the most chipped paint, which is that one.
Very
Damn
good.
you metal models.
Okay, it's time now for the rubrics. So based on the range, we have 6 bolters in range, and unfortunately for these sisters, so is the Soul Reaper cannon.
So let's start with the bolt guns.
Indeed.
And I don't.
Oh, a full complement of hits.
Very nice. So strength or toughness 3, so 3s to wound here.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is 1, 2, 3 at -2. You are fully in cover though.
Yep. So 4s.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 survives, 2 are dead. That is swift work. 3 remain so far. The Soul Reaper cannon.
Straight onto the Soul Reaper. Okay, so I'll reroll those 2 because the Exalted Sorcerer did go to join them. So
Yep.
1 has missed fully. Oh
Okay.
dear. So much for that. But it is a wound
There's a
at
wound.
-3.
-3 this time, so 5. Nope, that
I'll
is 3 of the 5 sisters cut down by Inferno bolt round. Right, moving on to the next unit of rubrics. So, some split fire happening over here. The Soul Reaper cannon is firing into this unit of sisters over here. And the rest of the bolters are going to be opening fire into the immolator. But Veterans of the Long War is being cast upon this unit for some extra wounding.
Extra punch. We need a
Absolutely.
bit of extra punch.
Absolutely.
So I'm not anticipating to kill that, but if I can take it down a peg just to prevent it moving.
Yeah.
Furthermore, I'm not going to shoot at them because I want to use them to slingshot round onto that objective.
Yeah, wants to get the charge off.
If I can kill them, however, that'd be great.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
A bonus. Bonus for Zinch.
We'll start with the Soul Reaper cannon.
Okay.
Now, obviously, there's no rerolls here because they are way away from any princes. Okay, Soul Reaper's doing absolutely nothing for me this game. That is a wound at -3.
Okay, so a 6. Nope, that is 1 dead sister.
Then we'll go on to the Aspiring Sorcerer's Warp Flame Pistol. So they all have Warp Flame Pistols because you never see them and they're really good fun. That is 2 shots.
Okay.
Okay, but it does also hit. It's strength 3, which means normally it would be 6s. So
Yep.
I do need 5s to wound. No wounds.
Nothing there.
Doesn't matter.
Worth
And
a
then-
shot?
Yeah, you never know. And
Then we've got 10 shots from the bolters.
10 bolters. Oh dear, definitely should have had someone accompaniment. 5 misses. That is pretty bad, guys. And
3
3
wounds.
wounds out of that.
3
Okay.
wounds at -2
So
though.
Veterans was a bit of a waste there,
Well,
but you never know.
worth a shot.
Minus
Do
2, so I
save.
need the 1.
Do minus.
Yes, -2.
Yes.
Oh
1 wound goes through. 9 left. A bit of a whiff, but
Yeah.
we're definitely worth a punt. Okay, the shooting phase is over, and we are moving on to the charge phase. So this unit of rubrics over here are charging into this unit of sisters. The Zangors are charging into the sisters and the Canoness, just to avoid me heroically intervening. And that's it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
So I'm not charging the immolators. I'm going to potentially move in such a way as to consolidate into them.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. So over here, an 8.
That'll get you in. Very good. Let me just quickly do my Overwatch.
Oh yes, of course. I apologise.
That's all right. So this is going to be out of range, I think. Have you got a tape measure to hand?
What is it? Melter.
It's a melter pistol, so I need a 6.
6 for the melter pistol. So she is just out of range there.
Cool. So 4 melter guns.
Yeah.
Nothing. Reroll the ones. No, I can't because that's not a Canoness.
Yeah, it's okay.
All miss.
Okay, very good. So I'll move those shortly.
Very good.
And then we'll go straight over to here.
Okay, my flamer is out of range, so I have.
No, flames.
Oh, it is in range.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So D6.
Oh dear.
Good thing it was in range.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Needing 3s.
Yeah, it's a heavy flamer.
Okay, 2 wounds.
So Glamour is in effect, not Glamour. Weaver is in effect, so 4+.
Okay, so one does die on the way in.
Okay.
Your other...
We've got a bolter. That is rapid fire range.
It will be.
2 hits. And...
1 hit.
Sorry?
It was 1 hit, you rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh, we're doing Overwatch, aren't we? One wound.
Yeah, we'll do the 1 wound, it'll be fine. And I'm fine. There
Very
we go.
good. And then 2 bolt pistols.
Yes. Nope.
Nope. And no.
Okay, cool. And then their charge, they do get +1 for the Brayhorn.
Ooh.
Okay, that's only a 5, and I was bang on 8 with the Flamer, so I do need to re-roll that, otherwise I'm in deep doo-doo. So, command point re-roll on the 1. That is potentially
Because
enough.
it's plus the 1. Yeah, that's within an inch.
So it's the 6 plus the 7, that'll put me within the inch, that's
Yep.
just about enough.
Woo.
Might not be able to do any consolidate shenanigans, but we'll have a see.
And you can wipe the sweat from your brow. Fight phase and the first hateful assault of the channel. Here we go.
So the +1 attack on the charge, be charged or heroically intervene, gives me 12 attacks from these 6 guys, which is actually quite a significant
It's really
bump.
cool. Really cool.
So I do need freeze. Oh, that's a lot of death from the false
That's
emperor
a
there.
Decent.
Oh yes.
Wow. For
7?
7.
Oh, yeah.
7 6s.
Wow.
What's happened? Zinch has taken you.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 7 additional hits.
7 additional attacks.
Additional attack, sorry.
But
I'm getting carried away.
But
with
again,
it.
just the hateful assault being able to bump up their attack abilities
Yeah,
on top of death from the false emperor.
I didn't even take into consideration the potential of Death to the False Emperor.
So those
with
6
Hateful
guys,
Assault.
I mean, bear in mind, these are just Marines.
True.
And I did roll extremely hot there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But that is 14 hits there. That's really good.
It's great.
So I do need freeze to wound. Okay, that is some
Pretty good wound roll as well.
rolling.
So what have you got there? 4,
So I dropped
8?
I dropped 6, so that is indeed 8 saves, please.
8 saves. So 3 ups.
Okay, very nice.
1 dies, but miraculously, the rest have survived.
Okay, but
Wow.
now the sorcerer.
Oh, yes.
So 3 attacks from the sorcerer. So no death from the false emperor here.
Okay.
What a shame. It is choose to wound though, because
It
it's strength
is.
6.
Yeah.
That is a wound at -1.
-1. Very good. Needing a 4. No,
Good.
another one is dead. It is D3.
It is.
But that is 1 dead Dominion. Very good.
good.
Sorry, I cut you off.
It's
I was
very rude.
I'm
Just
terribly
because
sorry.
You will notice that I did position this guy in such a way so that this immolator was the closest, so that when I did the pile in, he moved towards him, trapping it in combat and preventing it from shooting next turn.
Yep.
So I mean, my pile in, so my consolidations now are just quite simply like that. He's going to remain there so he maintains coherency because you don't want to actively move. But because they're a troop versus a fast attack, I'm now holding that objective. So I'm halfway towards defend there, which is good.
Excellent work. Excellent work. Squawk, squawk. It's time for the Zangors.
6.
See what I did there?
7 and the champ. No hateful assault here because they're not space marines.
Because they got beaks.
Yeah, they go. And again, just will notice that this one here, he moved 7 inches so that he could pile in that way. 1 for the secure objective 4, or defend objective 4, I think it is actually. But more importantly, to prevent the immolator from firing.
Yes.
So I have 7 guys in, one of which is the Brayhorn, whatever the champion is called. So we are getting +1 to hit because I do have the Shaman nearby. So hitting on 2s.
Twist Bray? Is that what he is?
Yes,
Twist
I think you're
Bray,
right. The
yeah.
Brayhorn is the thing that gives me the +1 to advance and charge. And I have the Prince as well within 6 inches to provide rerolls. So
Yeah.
a little bit of conga line in there,
It's
but
good. No, that's the way to do it.
you got to do it, which is
Which, it's
vitally
important.
important. There's 5 rerolls there. Now they obviously don't have death from the False Emperor, but that is a full complement of hits.
Very good.
Just move you back to where you were.
Very good.
So I do need freeze to wound here. I've not done any veterans or anything like that. Knocking everything over to the side. Very frustrating. Please stay where you were. Freeze to wound. Okay,
Oh, that's good.
pretty good. And that's at -1. So this is all on the Sisters unit because the Canoness did not heroically intervene because she was out of the 3 inches but before I did my pile in. And I obviously can't attack the immolator because I didn't declare a charge on it.
Yeah.
But that is 11.
11.
Save at
Oh,
-1.
I've dropped it. I'm dropping all my dice.
Okay. Okay.
So I got it.
All right.
Okay. Is there a minus?
-1.
-1.
These
So
are
needing
chainswords plus.
needing 4s here. No, that is close.
Oh,
Oh no,
just.
wait. There's 1 left.
Uh,
That's 3 fails.
Yeah, you've got 3 left.
I've got 4 left. Oh no, that's a Canoness.
That's the Canoness.
That's the Canoness. Oh, I got all excited.
Oh,
That is the unit wiped. That Canoness, I'm sure, is feeling a little intimidated. Okie dokie, the fight phase is over, consolidations have been done, so over here we can see the Canoness is now very much surrounded by these angles. Over here we've already discussed consolidation's been done because the sisters are being outnumbered. Oh no, sorry, forgive me, the Dominions, doesn't matter anyway. So the Rubric squad is now halfway to defending Objective 5, which is excellent play. Both immolators tied up. That's a pretty good turn.
It's not bad at all.
Pretty good turn.
You've still got some attacks back.
Yep.
So, because you've got 4 attacks from the Dominions over there,
Yep.
and your superior as well.
Okay, let's do that quick now. So the Dominions, 4 attacks because there's 2 from the Chainsword wielding. What's it? So 2 hits.
Yep.
5s, 1 wound.
So obviously damage 1, so that is a 2-up, which of course fails.
Yay.
That's fine. You know what? It's okay.
Okay, very good. The Immolators.
Yes.
They're good at attacking. It's three attacks, isn't it? 3 attacks.
It'll be 3 attacks at this point because they're unwounded.
3 attacks hitting on 6s.
Essentially unwounded.
Nada.
Okay.
And then the one over there, same again. 1 hit. It'll be
freeze to wound.
3
Strength
to
is like strength enough.
No.
Okay.
Sadly not.
And the Canoness.
The Canoness. So she has.
I want to say 4 attacks.
I'm pretty
Let's
sure
double
it's
check.
4. Let's double check. Un moment. It is 4 attacks, but before we continue, we've just realised Reign of Confusion has been in play.
Yeah, there is a Calidus.
There is a Canoness.
Oh, whoopsie.
I was back in the realms of when it had to be on the board. I completely forgot, so I do apologise. What we've done quickly to deal with that is to go back over the command points that have been spent, and we've just rolled off camera to see which ones would have cost an additional command point. And essentially where we've got to is that a couple of them would have been another command point, so Chef's now down to 0 command points.
Yeah, so for what it's worth, I had 8 command points, and I was on 3 at this point in the game. So I've spent 5. Now it's every time you use a stratagem, so I've used Insane Bravery for 2, so I've rolled once for that. I used a reroll for the charge, so I've rolled once for that. I used Veteran, so I rolled once for that, and I used the Chaos Familiar, so I've rolled once for that. So I rolled the 4 dice. It didn't really matter in what order, because I still would have been down to a maximum of the command points that I had, unless it was the reroll at the end. But we did do them in all, sort of in such a way, and I've spent an extra 3 command points taking me down to the 0.
Okay.
Which is a problem!
It's a bit of a problem because Jeff was planning on using the Cycle of Slaughter. To finish off this Canoness.
Yeah, because that would have allowed me to pile in and consolidate again, as well as attack. So I could have really wrapped around just in case I didn't die, in case she didn't die, but also allow me to bring them even further around here, dominate that midboard. But you know what? That's how good Calidus is.
It's true, and more importantly, we remembered it. So if we hadn't remembered it, that would have been a problem.
So delete your comments now.
Right. So getting back to it, the Canoness has 4 attacks. She is hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s. Reroll the 1. Very good. All hits. She's going to be wounding. Remember, toughness 4, aren't they?
She's still strength 3.
So 5s and 6s. 1 wound.
So 4 up in bum. Loves it.
Very good. The blade strikes but does not pierce the skin. Interesting stuff. Right. So as far as I'm aware, brings us to the end of the turn and the battle round.
Yeah. What's the leadership of a Dominion? Is it 8 or 7?
I believe it's 8.
I want to say 8.
You want to say 8? We're going to double check it real quick. There have been 2 sisters removed from
leadership
that unit.
8, so they can't fail.
Yeah, they're okay.
I lost 1 guy in the combat over there. I can't fail on leadership 8. These guys lost 2 on the Overwatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They lost 1 on the Overwatch, I think, from the. Oh no, they didn't lose any on the Overwatch.
No, they didn't.
Doesn't matter. I can't fail at the leadership that they are.
There's no morale to be worried about, and that brings the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Very good and very well played, Mr. Chef, for the Thousand Suns. So let's just creep round to the cards over here. So you've managed to get Big Game Hunter.
Yeah, and I also got First Strike.
And you got First Strike because that's 2 points.
Yes.
Sadly, because of the command point reduction, Assassinate hasn't been achieved. It probably would have been if the Calidus wasn't on the board.
But you know what?
Sorry, Calidus wasn't in the list. But She gonna be dead soon.
It's okay because you know what? Actually, with the amount of characters you've got arriving,
You
I
should be
could
fine.
potentially get even the D3 on that.
Yes, but yeah, very good point. I have to be
and
careful where I put them.
halfway to both of these because they are both being held by troops.
Yeah.
So I'm in a very good position going into your
Powerful
turn.
stuff, powerful stuff, because that's going to be 4 victory points if I don't remove both those units into my turn. So
Without your immolators.
it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one.
Alright, so I'm keeping all of those.
Gonna keep them all.
Alright.
Okay, that is battle round 1 completed. Let's move straight on to battle round 2 and see how this game continues. Sisters of Battle, turn 2 coming up. But first, we have some objectives to do. So just a quick reminder, we have priority orders received with overwhelming firepower and secure objective 3. Now, secure objective 3 is definitely doable this turn because he has assassins and strike squads and all of that sort of stuff arriving, and I have left this completely unguarded and outside of 9 inches. So, you know, a bit of a bad move on my part there, but...
It did mean that you got the points you wanted to get.
Exactly.
It was probably the right move.
Yeah, so, but we do have more cards to draw. So the
Indeed.
first 2...
Turn objective 1
Okay.
and secure objective 5.
So objective 1, I want to say, is over there.
2, 5.
Oh,
Is that
1 is
one?
here.
Okay.
Okay, and 5 is there.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make you defend objective 1.
Okay.
Because you'd need to bring assassins over there, which you probably will do anyway, but it's actually relatively well protected by my bubbling-ish. So it's not necessarily one that you're going to be starting this turn.
Yes.
Your second objective.
Second, we've got hold the line and we have defend objective 5.
Okay, so you can defend objective 5 because it's all the way over there.
Defend cards.
Yeah, and more importantly, hold the line because you do have, we are playing Vanguard Strike, and you do have 4 units, 5 units here actually, I forgot about the assassin. So you'd be getting that, so that's a guaranteed point versus potentially more points. But you know what?
Potential though. Is it potential?
You know what we've forgotten? We forgot to do a morale check for these sisters that are hiding around the corner here.
Oh yeah.
Leadership 8, and they lost 3, so they can only fail on a 6, but you never know. Huzzah!
Of course.
So another one of them is slain. She runs
I'm
away.
gonna get rid of the superior.
Okay, so leaving the
flamer.
leaving the flamer there. Okay, so that's the lay of the land. At the moment, we do have the Dominion, the Immolator, and the Canoness tied up in combat. So I suspect there'll be some fallbacks, and then we'll come back once the reinforcements have arrived upon wings of fire and shadowy appearances with the assassins.
Yes.
Reinforcements have arrived. We have the Seraphim squad and Celestine and her Gemini coming down over here. The Caladius has arrived over here using her polymorphine. Now, you did roll a 7-inch deployment away. You spent a command point and rolled an 8. Yay! We have the Caluxus that has appeared over here alongside the Eversaw. The Immolator fell back over in this direction in order to secure objective 3. We have the Vindicare on top, just poking his head up. So there's some real problems for my characters over here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to nudge him forward.
So he was going to nudge forward in order to get a better line of sight on stuff. The Canoness in the middle has fallen back, as has the Immolator, but not before the Dominions jumped out. Otherwise, over there, everything else has remained static. The Exorcist, the Canoness, and all of these sister squads over there have remained where they are. Now, you have activated Burning Descent with the Seraphim, so they do get to immediately shoot, and their hand flamers count as a 12-inch range. Now, I did roll this off screen, I got very excited, and I did steal a command point. Yay!
Yay!
So Beard is now down to, I want to say, 4 command points. 4 command points,
yeah.
And I'm back up to 1, but before that, we do have some shooting. So we've got 4 hand flamers, because we've got 2 pairs, as well as all the bolt pistols.
Yes.
We'll
do the hand flamers first.
Okay, hand flamers.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, because they are D6 hand flamers. They're not the old D3.
They're D6? Yes, they are D6.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
They are.
Are you sure? Okay.
4, 8, 12, 13.
Okay, so these need 5 to wound here. This is all obviously going into the Thousand Suns here, guys.
Yes, so that is 5 wounds.
5 wounds. Damage 1, so I do get +1 save to that. Okay, so they're all fine.
Oh, very good. Cool. And then we have 8 bolt pistols. 4, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Okay. A few misses. And this will be on 4s.
Yes, it will. Oh no,
Not a single
bitch.
wound.
Oh. Yay.
Butts.
The assassins are here to show the sisters how it is done, starting with the Canoness, firing her neural shredder.
Yes. So it's assault 1. So I need to hit, but when I do, I roll 3d6, and if it is greater than the unit's leadership, then it suffers d3 mortal wounds.
I think it's equal or greater. Actually.
Equal, yes.
Yep.
Even better.
All right.
So
So
need to hit first, needing a 2 or more.
excellent. That's we're off to a good start.
I'm going to use a command point.
Oh really?
Early
Okay.
doors, I know, but I need to shift this unit.
Okay.
I need to as quickly as I can, so I can then move on to the Zangors, because there's lots of points that you could grab at the end of my turn, which is a shocker. Okay, it's a hit.
It's a hit.
It's a hit. So 3d6. And your leadership 8, right?
Leadership 8.
Hiya! 6, 7, 8. Exactly what I
Bang.
needed.
Okay. D3 mortal wounds on that
Just
unit.
D3.
Yay!
After all that.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Seraphim round 2,
Yes.
opening up with their pistols. Now the hand flamers have lost the range because that's only effective for the stratagem itself.
Indeed. Right, let's see if we can get some hits off here. Not too bad. 4s to wounds. Oh, very good.
That's much better.
5 wounds.
5 wounds. Okay. So.
Ooh. Alright, drops 1 because I do get the +1 save, fortunately, for damage 1. So let's remove you.
There's 2 ones there.
Damn it!
Well, that was annoying. 2 pistols from the Gemini now. Same
Yes.
target. We really want to try and shift them.
1 hit.
Okay.
And wounds.
Does wound. Does it wound? No, it does not.
5.
Do you know where you're going next?
No.
Eddie the Eversaw now unleashing his Executioner pistol on the Zangor.
Everyone's favourite Eversaw. Executioner pistol, 4 shots.
Ooh.
Hitting on 2s, 3 hits. I can re-roll failed wound rolls, so 4s to wound. Okay, re-roll that. Lovely.
Oh, very good.
Triple mark for death.
Okay, so remember that
I do have Weaver of Fates still on them,
Yes.
which helps me quite a lot, actually. It only kills the 1.
Very good.
The Coluxus now unleashing his Animus Speculum upon the Warlord, so he can target him because he is a Psyker, even though he is not the closest.
Yeah, psychic assassin.
Yeah.
Very good.
pretty nasty. So, what does this do, Bone?
So,
Not Bone, your beard. I've been playing Bone all week.
oh, you poor thing.
It's very confusing.
You're
It's a tough
confused.
time.
So, Animus Speculum, because I'm targeting a Psyker,
Yep.
it's D6 instead of D3. Strength 5, -4, damage 1.
Okay, cool.
Right, so D6 first of all. 2.
Right.
Okay. Right. 2's a hit. 2 hits. 5s and 6s, because it's strength 5. 1 wound,
Okay.
-4.
So, my 4 up in bun save. No, I take a wound.
Okay.
I'm down to 6.
Very good.
The first of the triple Vindicares.
Again, going for that Warlord. So they've smelled the blood upon the air.
And are lining up their sights. So
Yes.
you do count as moving.
Yep, because he has just arrived. So, Extus Rifle, I'm hitting on 3s.
All right.
As a hit.
That's a hit.
Very good.
Strength?
Strength is 5, so we're winning on 5s and 6s.
No.
Right.
Okay. Second Vindicare, same target. Now that he's moved, he can draw a bead upon that Warlord. So,
Yeah.
looking at freeze again for the move.
Hitting a 3. Okay.
Oh dear.
Next is the Dominions unleashing their Melter Death upon the Zangors. So this will be an Inferno pistol and a Melter. They're all in range.
Yep. Here we go. 3s. Can we roll the Whoa, we
No.
roll the ones because
Okay.
the Canoness has fallen back. And she is in range
Yeah.
of that unit. All hits,
all
lovely
hit.
stuff.
You want 2s to wound.
3 wounds. All wounds.
All wounds. There's 5 wounds there. I do have the 4 up in bun still active. Okay, another 3 go down.
Okay.
This Exorcist now bringing both the missiles and the Stormbolter onto the Zangor. Really needs to whittle them down because that is worth 2 victory points if I'm still standing there at
Yep.
the end of the turn.
Indeed. Right, so
Ooh.
Stormbolter.
Yeah, just out of rapid fire range, aren't
Yep.
you? It's unfortunate.
Sadly, 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay, 4+ hit. Passes.
Very good. And then the missile launcher, D6 shots.
A 3.
3s. Reroll the 1. Okay.
This is good. This is good for the Zangor.
Okay.
Oh,
So
there
1
it is.
wound.
Okay, 4+. Passes. Okay. This Exorcist is now going to unload on these rubrics. Need to start filling the numbers. Mr. Beard is leaving the Zangor in the centre alone for now.
That 4-up invuln's problem.
Yeah,
Bit of
it
a
is.
problem. I don't have enough high rate of fire, unfortunately.
I'm not sorry.
5 shots.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. That's cocked. Okay, all hits.
Very good.
2s to wounds. Okay, 3 wounds.
Okay, so this will be a straight 5-up invuln here.
Yes.
Obviously the damage negating all his dust. Of which I passed 2, so 1 even. 2 die, that's what I meant to say. So I will remove them. Is the Stormbolt, I presume the Stormbolt is out of range.
Stormbolt's out of range.
Not in range of the Zangor?
Oh yeah, I'll fire at the Zangors.
Yeah, you'd be in range of the Zangor.
Re-roll because of the Canoness. Hit.
Doesn't wound. Toughness 4.
wound.
Okay, I'm just going to remove those 2 fails, and we'll move on to the next one. Third Exorcist now can draw from the corner of itself up to these rubrics. So same target. The Stormbolter is out of range though, correct?
It is out of range.
Okay.
Okay. Shots. 3. 3s. All hit. 2s. All wound.
Okay, so 3 saves of 5+ here. Oh dear.
Ooh.
Okay, another 3 go down. It's a lot of firepower coming into the rubrics, and they are taking the casualties because I cannot roll a 5-up save.
Ah.
Last bit of shooting now. The Vindicare is coming all the way along this alley of death onto the final remaining members of the Rubricae squad. So, he did move
He
in
did
order
move.
to draw
Yep.
the line of sight.
Yep, so needing a 3. Oh dear.
Oh, the Vindicares have
They
whiffed!
struggled, didn't they?
They've whiffed this turn!
Yeah.
Oh dear. But that's your shooting done, I believe.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, nothing else is happening. Celestine is out of range. All the Exorcists have fired. Everything else has either fallen back or is already shot. So we're going on to your charge phase. I presume you want to be charging.
Yes.
Charge phase now, starting with the Calidus on the Rubricae. So the Warp Flame Pistol will be out of range. That is on the Sorcerer. I do, however, have the Soul Reaper Cannon and a Inferno Boltgun left. So we'll start with the Boltgun. That is a hit. That is not a wound because you are toughness 4. So then the Soul Reaper Cannon. No hits. Okay, your charge. Now you arrived 8 inches away.
Yep. Needing an 8.
That's not an 8.
That's not an 8.
Oh dear.
That's not an 8.
Do you want to reroll?
I don't know.
Yep, that'll be a reroll, everyone.
Ah.
Okay, so we're rerolling the 1.
Okay, here we go. Hiya! Oh,
She makes it.
good.
Important roll to make. I think the command point was justified there because if you don't get rid of that unit,
You get
that's
it- you
that's
get
2
the
command
points.
points there because
Yeah.
they are troops, even though the Dominions are outnumbering them at the
Yeah.
moment. Do you know where you're going next, or do you want some thought now that she's made it in?
I'm going to. Well, I'm definitely going to try and get the Seraphim in as well.
Okay.
So they need a 9.
Yeah, there's no Overwatch, so no.
7, not quite.
Okay.
Okay. Now I just need to do a couple of measures and have a very quick thing.
Next up will be the Gemini,
Yep.
taking the charge from Celestine. Little bit of tactics here. The reason being is you want to keep them together because obviously they provide a lot of buffs to each other.
Indeed.
However, if the Gemini make the charge, they can be positioned in such a way as to ensure that they're still within Celestine's aura radiuses and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. If Celestine doesn't make the charge, they're kind of safe. If she does make the charge, then obviously the Gemini can pile in correctly,
Yep.
ensuring that they're all together. So
Sure.
it's a cheeky way of doing it, but it's the correct way of doing it, I feel.
Okay.
So, the Gemini.
Needing a 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite.
So it's moot. At that point, will Celestine charge?
I think just to try and ensure that you don't get those 2 points, I'm going to try and get it.
Okay.
Needing a 9. No.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Completely irrelevant. Next up is Eddie the Eversaw into the Zangor. Now you might be thinking, why doesn't he go for the Shaman? There's a big gap there. Why doesn't he go for the Prince? There's a gap there. The reason being is because despite his 3d6 charge, you still need to be within 12 in order to declare that target.
Yep.
Which means that because of my screening with these Conga Line Zangors here, which is very, very naughty, I know, but it's in the rules, so it's okay. He cannot be within 12 because of the 9-inch arrival. So, unfortunately, he's just going to have to mince his way through some Zangor.
He's going to have to mince his way through Zangors and then blow himself up.
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty good.
He's a walking bomb.
Okay.
Okay, needing a 9. Wow, that's
Well,
a big charge.
that definitely makes it. Now, despite
16.
Despite the fact that you can't actually declare the charge, you are still able to move up to that 16.
Yeah.
However, remember, of course, that because you weren't able to declare it,
Yeah.
you won't be able to attack them, and I could heroically intervene. But you've now
Exactly.
got plenty of movement
I've
to
got the
actually
movement
decide.
to deny the intervention.
Exactly.
Which is
So
good.
he's got some room to play with. So we'll be back in just a moment and find out where exactly has Eddie gone. Okay, Eddie has gone his mighty 16 inches through the ruin. So essentially, we know he should be within an inch, guys, but just because of the way that the base and the model is on the ruins, we're counting him as there, but he's there for the purposes of wobbly model syndrome. I like to think that he's done that scene from Batman vs Superman where there's just this Zangor walking along, and then all of a sudden this punch just comes through the concrete, drags him through the other side. Be incredibly scary for the other bird boys. But next up, we've got the Coluxus, and the reason why he's going in, even though he won't bring too much to bear, it's actually all about that 18-inch aura bubble.
Yeah.
Which, if he's over here now, would it be affecting potentially this side of the army as well?
Yeah.
So it's again, that'll be a 9-inch charge because of the Zangor screen there, but it could be an important one.
Hiya!
No,
Not quite.
Okay, so that does give me a little bit of breathing room. However, we do have an Eversaw where he wants to be, which is chewing through infantry, and we do have the Calidus in combat with them, and quite possibly that could be saying goodbye to those 2 victory points there, guys. Is that it for charging?
That is it for charging.
Okay.
Charging complete.
Starting with the Calidus on rubric combat, you have 5 attacks with the Calidus.
5 attacks.
With her Phase Blade.
The Phase Blade.
Okay, so-
Hitting on 2s. All hits.
All hits,
Very good.
that's good.
I'll be wounding you on 4s.
Yep, strength 4, toughness 4.
Cool.
Okay,
not
that's
bad.
4 wounds.
4 wounds is -3, and you can't take invulns.
-3. Okay, so this means I will have a 6-up save.
Yeah.
I can't take my invulns, so my armor save is the best possible. And because it's damage 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all his dust is not in effect. So these are 6s here, guys. I only have 3 of them left. And yeah, that's it. As expected,
Stabbed
she
to death.
ripped through that unit and has now denied me the 2 points. Very important roll there. Very important combat. Rip and tear time it is. Eddie the Eversaw unleashing his friends on his biostims, just absolutely sending him into a rampage precisely like that.
He's my favourite. He's so good.
Raise! So, an Eversaw normally has 6 attacks. On the charge, they have +2, however, giving him 8 attacks. And you're using the Neuro Gauntlet, I believe?
Indeed.
Okay,
Indeed.
reason being is AP is irrelevant against 4-up invuns, but more importantly, +1 strength and reroll to wound is really quite nice.
Yeah.
Because you want to activate Killing Rampage and get the extra attacks. So,
Right, here we go. 2s. Oh, it's a good start.
oh, that's an excellent start.
That's a good
All
start.
8 hits. You need freeze to wound. Re-rolling the fails as well. Oh my goodness me. That
Oh,
is
close.
nearly the
Close to a
full
full house.
complement. So 7 so far. And remember, because of Killing Rampage, everyone that he kills here grants him an additional attack. And it's an extra attack or an extra hit?
1 additional attack.
Okay, so he still needs to roll for it. Oh dear.
Woo!
Okay, so 4 are dead. That's
Okay.
that. I mean, that's about right with a
Yep.
4-up, but that's another 4 attacks.
Okay, 2s again. Okay.
Okay, very good.
3s.
Okay, reroll
Okay.
that fail.
Right.
Okay, so
4 more.
4 more saves. Okay, that's a bit better. So 5 in total die. Might not seem like a lot, but I've already lost 3 this turn.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 4 this turn, which means that that's now 9 lost. So I'm automatically losing some on morale. It just depends on how much. That's it for combat. So let's just do some quick morale calculations and get back to you.
Okay, the Zangors are piled in. It's time for them to strike back. 3 of them are able to do so.
Yeah, we forgot about that. So, slight addendum here. So they've just piled around. They've remained within range of the Shaman for the +1 to hit. They don't need the Demon Prince's reroll 1s here because they automatically reroll hits against characters anyway.
Indeed.
Which they don't need.
Very good.
Okay, so there's no Death to the False Emperor or anything like that here. So Strength 4, Toughness 4. That's not bad. I'll take the 5 wounds.
Nice.
Obviously, inbuns is irrelevant because AP is irrelevant because you have an inbun.
Yep, 4 up. Cool. Drops 2 wounds. He is down to 4.
4. Now,
Bad.
are you going to attack back?
Absolutely.
Oh no!
If I can manage to do something similar to last time and get another 5, that's a lot of models gone and just a lot more that will suffer the issues with morale. So because there's no command points anymore for the Thousand Suns, I think it'll be 2 command points well spent. It will be my final 2 command points.
It will, yes.
But I think it is very important that if I do have in any means an ability to be able to stop that objective from being taken, then it's 2 points well spent. So here we go. So we've got 6 attacks this time.
No, it's still 8.
Oh, it's still 8.
The turn he's charged.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Okay, right. So 2s. Okay, drop 1, same as last time. And now it's going to be 3s.
Rerolling, still using that gauntlet. Oh, very good.
Okay, re-roll. Cool.
7 again. All right, I need a good roll here, lads. Oh, that's good.
That's a lot of 6s.
That's good. So it's only 2 additional attacks here.
Okay, so 2s again. Okay, 3s. Okay.
All right. Okay, so you've killed 3.
Yep.
That is a bit of an issue, though, because that's still 12 dead this turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to do some maths, and
Okay.
then we'll do the morale.
Let's get mathematical. Okay, another important role in this morale phase now. So 12 in total were cut down this turn.
Yeah.
So essentially, Chef needs a 1 or a 2, or the unit is gone.
Yes, because they are in a leadership 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 1 command point left because I stole it from your
You
burning
did.
descent.
You got the helm of the third eye.
I do. Now the problem is because it's
a tricky one.
We've definitely worked it out correctly.
Yeah.
Because I've lost 12, so that would make it 15 on the roll.
Yeah.
I have 7 models left in the unit, and I have leadership 7.
Yeah.
So I've got to re-roll it because it's worth 2 command points.
Do it.
No!
Oh, same again.
Damn. Okay, so that is denied on both of those objectives.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a big problem for the Thousand Suns.
That's huge. Okay, cool. Okay, friends, that brings us to the end of the turn 2 for the Sisters of Battle and Friends. So, the only card I could really get this turn was Objective 3, which I did get. The Immolator sat on that at the moment, shrouded in smoke. So that's great. Defend Objective 1, Defend Objective 5, and Celestine's Overwhelming Firepower are still in play. Interestingly, Defend Objective 5 is now rocking and rolling because the Dominions are sitting on it now. So that is definitely a unit for Chef to target this turn. Other than that, I'm very pleased with that turn. I think I was definitely on the back foot. If those 4 points were secured this turn, that would have been very hard for me to come back, because essentially I've got 3 cards in play, which are going to be really hard for me to get. However, it's now turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. There are some Scarab Occult Terminators that are on their way down from orbit. They have a lot of AP2 Combi Bolter action dropping in. Let's see what happens. Hey, we're about to kick things off for Thousand Suns turn 2. We have 3 cards in play, the 2 defend ones that we were working towards last time, and Assassinate's in play. There's a lot of characters there now for Chef to deal with. But there are 2 more cards to draw.
Indeed.
Let's see what they are.
So we have Secure Objective 3. Everyone likes Objective 3, or Secure Objective 2.
Okay.
Well, number 2 is this one here, I believe. That is a number 2.
Okay, so I think you can go ahead and have Secure Objective 2. Objective 3 is wild. Everyone wants Objective 3 this game. Okay, so yeah, a tricky one.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But, you know, there are some things that I can do.
Absolutely.
I still have some tricks up my sleeve, some maneuverability that I can do. But yeah, those assassins in my lines, they've got to be dealt with.
Let's get them. Turn 2, Thousand Suns movement phase is complete. So, as we can see over here, the Scarab Occult Terminators have come down from orbit and arrived, looking to take on a plethora of targets. The Seraphim, the battle system, sorry, the Dominions, the Calidus over there. As you come up here, the Shaman on his disc has moved forward, looking to engage with a couple of options in terms of the assassins over there. The Warp Flamer rubrics over here have got some plans for my Calexus. That's how you deal with a Calexus, everybody. The Demon Prince, the Warlord himself, has come forward, flying over the building there, looking to engage with the Dominions. Looking to chomp them up real nice. Over here, the Scarab Occult Terminators have arrived on this part of the board too. Again, lots and lots of prime targets. The Rhino has moved forward, and the Rubrics have come forward a little bit as well. And where's your... Oh,
the
he's over
Sorcerer
there,
Lord
sorry.
has joined on this side of the battle.
The Sorcerer Lord is over here. So, that is movement phase done. There is lots and lots of psychic shenanigans to happen now. Let's see what happens. Starting things off again, Gaze of Fate by this aspiring sorcerer.
Doesn't go off.
Doesn't go off.
What a
Okay.
shame.
Okay.
Next, we are going to attempt to do a smite from this lad here. It will go into the Immolator.
Okay.
Obviously, I am certainly within the 18-inch range there. So
-2.
-2. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Oh no, I can't
perils.
re-roll that. That is a perils. That is actually probably the worst possible thing that could happen to me right now. Okay, let's roll with the punches. So it's D3. Oh dear. Okay. Well. So I guess I'll leave a flamer alive because. Oh dear.
Brutal. The warp being a fickle mistress there.
I don't know what to do, guys.
Let's come right back.
Yeah.
My goodness
Well-
gracious.
Okay.
Yeah, all that remains is the broken marble at the bottom of the building there.
That's a problem.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, such is the fickle nature of the warp. Let's see how many mortal wounds I do to the Immolator. Okay.
It's 5.
Yeah. I'll take the 5.
Yeah.
You know.
Or is it D?
No.
Isn't it D3?
Oh no, it's D3. Yeah, of course
Okay,
it is. Yeah.
it's
It's
the
not.
3
It's not
though.
super smite. It's normal smite.
Yeah.
So it takes her down to 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was that sorcerer probably could do with a promotion now.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Maybe.
maybe. And you know what? Thinking about it, like, given my position, the Colossus wasn't the closest anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've kind of messed up a little bit there, guys. Please forgive me.
We'll forgive you. I forgive you.
Okay, let's move swiftly on.
Okay. Do you know what you're doing next?
Yeah, let's go over to the Sorcerer Lord. He's kicking stuff over. He's going to cast Prescience on the Scarab Occult Terminators, and he has a familiar, so this gives him +1 to cast. And I did check the range. Both units are out of the 18-inch bubble there.
Lovely stuff.
So this is cast on technically a 6. Goes off on an 11. They are pre-scienced.
Very good. Okay, Prescience has been cast. We are now doing Gift of Chaos into the Calidus Assassin.
Yeah, not one you see very often, but one that I do quite like. Goes off on a 9.
Very good.
Yeah, no one can deny it. So I need to roll over your toughness.
Yep.
Oh, yes. So this is D3 plus 3 mortal wounds.
Good killer.
Ah, she's down to 1.
Close.
But you know what? I'll take it.
Yes, I would. Okay, so after the Gift of Chaos has been given, it's the gift that keeps on giving. The aspiring sorcerer is going to cast Weaver of Fates on his own unit.
Yeah, Weaver of Fate. So this is the +1 invan on himself. Yeah, that's
Very good.
Very good. So they are pretty beefy right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still 9 inches away from stuff. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Next, the Shaman on his disc is casting the Glamour of Zinch over onto his Demon Prince. This is going to be on a 9 because he is very close to the Colexus.
It is. So I do get to reroll the first failed with his, I think it's like Sorceress Elixir.
Yep.
Oh, sadly not.
Very close.
Just missed it.
Very
Never
close.
mind, worth a go.
Next up, the aspiring sorcerer from this unit is casting...
Temporal Manipulation.
Yes.
On the Demon Prince to heal up his wounds.
Very good.
Obviously out of the Colossus range. Whoa! I'm getting very wary of these perils now, but that does go off, so he heals D3 wounds. He's back up to full.
Excellent. Very good. Next up, the recently arrived Scarab Occult Terminators are wasting no time and they are casting Smite onto the Dominions.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check it actually. You know what? I think... Yeah, because you should be 9 inches away. You need to go back a little bit. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Just cheating a little bit. You know what? I don't know. I can't...
I think it's equidistant.
I think it's equidistant.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call it equidistant, in which case then, yes, I would do it on the Dominions. That goes off on a 9.
Very good.
So just a mortal wound. Just
One.
baby smite. Even with the Scarab Terminator.
Next up, the Exalted Sorcerer over here is casting a Smite into the Immolator.
Yep.
And Warp Time into the Rhino down here.
So smite. It does go off.
Just about.
Yeah, just about. So that is 3 mortal wounds.
Oh, very good.
And then the warp time. Oh no, failed again!
No.
Oh, warp time!
Damn you, Warp Time. Next up, the Warlord is unleashing a Psychic Might, a Smite into the Dominions over here, and looking to finish off the Calidus with Doom Bolt.
Yeah, so bad positioning here. Should have had him shifted slightly that way so that the Eversaw was closer so I could smite him, but you never know. Rather, you never know. You live and learn. That's the actual adage that I was going for.
That's what you wanted to say.
You know what? It's been a long day. So we're starting with the smite. Well.
Again?
Okay.
What is happening?
So, I mean, it's a good thing I've healed myself.
It is
I
a good
guess.
thing because he had 6 wounds left, didn't
Yeah,
he?
so let's do the wounds first.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the unit destroyed.
That is a dead unit of Dominions.
I mean, that's all right.
Yeah.
You know, and then wounds myself. Ooh.
Oh, it's a good thing you healed him.
It's a good thing I healed him.
Because he would have been dead.
Well, he wouldn't have been dead, but he would have been...
Wasn't he on 6 wounds?
He was on 6 wounds, but it's D3 to myself on apparels.
Oh, that's not fair, is
Well,
it?
tough. But I am back down to 5.
Wow, is there any
Well,
psychic power left
I don't
in the
know.
warp at this point?
The Doom Bolt.
The
So
Bolt of Doom.
cast on a 9 with a +1 means nothing. That is a 7. That is not enough. So
Okay.
she does live, which means I will need to shoot her.
Okay, the psychic phase is done. It's time for the shooting phase, and we're starting things off with the Sorcerer, Terminator Lord, and he is going to unleash his Combi Bolter into the Calidus.
Yeah, she does have 1 wound remaining.
1 left. Oh, that's a good round of... All hit.
Yeah.
Very good.
I need 4s. Oh dear, I need the 1 wound, but is it enough?
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
So I need a 4 or more, or she's dead. Will the lightning fast reflexes...
Do it. Damn it. Okay.
She dodged the bullets. Lucky me. Okay, next bit of shooting after the bullet dodger. We're going to do 2 combi bolters from the Terminators into the Calidus, 2 into the Dominions, the last one into the Seraphim, but also the Hellfire Rack into the Seraphim as well.
Yes, so let's start with the... Let's work our way along and finish on the Calidus.
Oh, we're going to finish these?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to grab some dice in preparation.
So, combi storm bolters, combi inferno bolters.
Yes.
It's all lightning and storms and infernos and maelstroms and stuff. So they are hitting on 2s because of prescience.
Okay.
No rerolls because this is a normal sorcerer in Terminator like armor. He's not an exalted sorcerer.
Yeah.
Freeze to wound though. That is 3 wounds at -2.
So, because they're close to young Celestine, they have a 4 up for their Shield of Faith because they have a 5 up normally,
yes, they do.
and +1 because of her being friendly.
A beacon.
A beacon
A beacon
of
of
light. Was that 3?
So 3
3
saves.
wounds? Okay,
yes.
4s. Okay, so 2 are dead.
Alright, I'll do the missiles now.
Very good.
So 1 hit with the missiles, 2's to wound. That is a wound at -2
Good.
again, so 4+.
Oh.
3 die.
3 down. Half the squad are dead. Start. Will the same be said for the Dominions?
So 8 shots here. Okay,
Good
7
roll.
hits, very good. Freeze to wound here. Oh, that's good.
Very
That is
nice.
6 saves at -2, please. Bitch.
Okay.
Oh,
wow. That is...
He's back, ladies and gentlemen!
an exclamation point onto the Dominions. That's denied me. Defend objective 5. Ouch. Finally, an excellent round of shooting so far. Will they be able to finish off the Calidus?
Calidus!
Go ahead.
That one. They all hit.
Another excellent round of shooting.
4's to wound here. Oh, that's the one that we're looking for. That
Okay,
is 5
5.
saves there.
Need 5 4-ups here. Will she be able to dodge this many bullets?
Oh,
Oh, no, she's dead. The Calidus is dead. The first assassin is taken care of by these Thousand Suns. Excellent round of shooting from the Scarab Occult. The aspiring sorcerer here is going to unleash his hand flamer into the Immolator. The only one that's really in range.
Inferno bolt pistol thingy, one shot, which doesn't wound. Cool,
Okay.
moving swiftly on.
Okay, moving on to the next unit of Scarab Occult Terminators. They're going to be opening fire into the Immolator over here. Sadly, nothing else really in range. Because of all the stuff that was over here at the beginning of the turn, it did reduce the amount of places that they could drop in.
Yes.
But there's a lot of Inferno Bolt Pistols and a lot of AP that's going to do some damage here. Bear in mind as well that this has pop smokes. It will be -1.
Yep.
And this Battlestus down here is conveniently tucked behind this jutted out bit here, so she can't be seen. So everything into the Immolator.
Right, so we're hitting on 4s, and we are rerolling 1s for the Exalted Sorcerer nearby.
Okay.
So...
That's good. It's about 6 ones.
Yeah, let's roll those over there, keep them separate.
Oh, that's converted nicely.
That's still 16 hits there.
That's very
everyone.
good. Very good.
So-
Considering that's pop smoke, that's remarkable.
Yeah, that's very good.
You got one
And
more
next
there.
one. Okay, 5s and 6s to win though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds at -2 there, please.
5 wounds. Okay, 5s and 6s. Only 1. 4 wounds going through. That puts it down to 3.
Okay, and we've got
And we've got the Hellfire Axe.
Hellfire. Both hit. Both wound at -2.
Ooh, do they ignore the minus?
No, but they both hit on the 4s.
I mean the minus for the being
Oh
heavy.
yes, because because of all his dust.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So 5s and 6s is minus.
-2.
-2 again.
Yeah, -2. Oh, loves
lucky,
it. Okay.
lucky. Very good. Next up, the combi bolter from the Rhino into the Immolator as well. 4 shots. All hits. Very good.
No, 2 hits.
Oh, sorry.
Pop smoke. Yep.
Smoke. I did say that myself.
1 wound, no minuses because I'm not paying a command point to upgrade it. Huzzah!
It does go through, down to 2 wounds. I do kind of wish that the Rhinos
They
had
should
the...
have it innately.
I mean, yeah.
Really.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 in rapid fire, 1 is out of rapid fire, and there's a Soul Reaper as well. So we've got 5 bolt guns here. Okay.
4 hits. Very good.
Yeah. 1 wound.
1 wound.
-2.
Okay, 5 or a 6. Oh, another save.
And then the Soul Reaper. Okay, 3 hits. So
Very accurate.
Much better this turn.
They care not for smoke.
Only the 1 wound, and this is -3.
-3. Okay. Shield of Faith. Doesn't work.
Okay.
So it's down to 1
But you know
wound.
what? That's okay because I'm hoping to get some charges.
Yeah.
In fact, I kind of need to get some charges, otherwise I'm in a bit of a troublesome position.
So you could have said that was a perfect round of shooting.
Almost a perfect round of shooting.
Okay, the shooting phase is over. It's time for the all-important charge phase.
Oh.
So, the Shaman on his disc is going to be charging into the Calaxus Assassin.
Yep.
Very brave.
It is.
Right, okay.
Round he goes.
Hang on, I need to do my Overwatch.
Yeah, you'll be able to see because I do have a tall beak.
Yeah. It is D6.
It's D6. He is a psyker.
Okay. 2.
Okay.
Should have grabbed more than 1 dice.
Do they hit?
Yeah. No, they don't.
And he can also throw his grenades as well because
Oh,
he is
the
allowed
psych-out
to. He's allowed to do both.
Yeah, Psych Out Grenade.
So it's D3 shots.
D3.
Okay.
Just the 1.
And-
No.
Okay. And the reason why I'm charging over here, guys, is so that when I'm like that, so when I consolidate, I can go bang into the Immolator and prevent that thing from shooting me again.
Tremendous.
Let's go next to the Scarab Occult Terminators over here.
Okay. So they're charging into the Seraphim.
Into the Seraphim. So we're 9 inches away. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Let me just quickly do my Overwatch with my...
Oh,
Oh, no, that's a hand flamer. That's
that-
going to be out of range.
So, 12 inches. No, that's in
Oh,
range.
it's in range?
Yeah, so 2 bolt
Okay.
pistols.
Oh, got a hit.
Yeah.
No wound.
All right.
Right, let's move on to the Okay, so this side of the board, we're going to be doing the Exalted Sorcerer is going to charge into the Sisters. Doesn't need a double 6, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I believe it's a double 6. I mean, they can't Overwatch me. He's got nothing else that he can do.
You've already done a couple of perils, so...
Yeah, you know what? My double 6 has been all right. And because he's got fly... Actually, you know what? That will be an 11.
11.
That'll put him there.
Very
So... Yeah! No.
Oh.
Nearly. But
I
never mind.
appreciate your enthusiasm. The Rhino declaring a charge against the Sisters and the Immolator.
Yes.
Because you're needing a 9 for that, but a lot less for
Less for that
the
to just go
Sisters.
round.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. But...
A 7, but that should get you into the
yeah,
Sisters.
7 inches, I basically back up.
They're trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped in the car park.
Well, they can go through the ruins, but it stops them from coming out and
That's
toasting
quite
my
cool,
eyes.
Very good.
Terminators.
The Terminator's needing a 9.
Oh, yes!
Oh, a double 6 again! In they go. Very good. Finally, although I don't think they need it, the rubric's going to try and charge in as well.
Okay, so this is an 11-inch charge here. Oh my goodness!
What is happening with these rolls?
I'm so glad this is not my psychic phase anymore, guys.
My goodness, right.
Wow.
Well, so this is something we've just mentioned. This is a huge bonus for Chef. Because, yes, he's going to destroy that Immolator, but also because these units are now forwards, I can't actually attack the Demon Prince next turn with my shooting because all of a sudden he very much isn't the closest model. Because he was lined up to be absolutely obliterated by a couple of Exorcists there. So it's big, people.
It's very, very important.
Finally, the Demon Prince himself is going to charge into the Eversaw. Young Eddie needing a 7. Double 1.
Okay.
I'm just going to do my Overwatch real quick.
Yep.
With his pistol. Nah, nothing there. Excellent. Right, well.
Just the Overwatch for the Terminators. We forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, you never know.
Actually, I'll do the Stormbolters first. They would be in rapid fire range.
They would have been, yeah, because I was in charge range.
Nothing there.
So we got very excited by my double 6s, guys.
2d6.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Freeze to wound.
Okay, that is 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
-1.
-1, but it is damage 1, so +1 from all his stuff. So 2 plus, I'm fine.
Absolutely.
But you never know, you could have killed 1 or 2 on the way in, which would have been pretty horrible.
I could. Well, this changes things dramatically. All of a sudden, we've got a lot of units that are going to do some serious damage, potentially, to my poor Imperium. We'll come straight back in the fight phase in just a sec. Okay, we're going to start things off over here. Hateful Assault. You can do that with a Rhino.
Yeah, because it just says that it applies to all models with the, in this instance, Thousand Suns keyword, Death Guard, Heretic Astartes keyword, apart from, the exceptions like Cultists or Zangors.
Yeah.
And they have the Thousand Suns keyword.
And there you go. A very angry driver.
Yeah. That is I believe that's a wound.
Yeah, it should be.
I'm pretty sure they're strength 6.
Yeah.
They are indeed strength 6. That is a wound. Does he run you over?
No.
Okay.
Plinks off my armor, apparently.
Okay.
Cool, very good. Right, moving to Shaman versus Calexis. Normally, it will make everyone weapon skill 6, but the Shaman does get a +1, so he's hitting on 5.
Yeah, he gets +1 to Zangors, and he himself is a Zangor, so that is a hit there.
A hit.
Strength 6 because of the staff. That is no wounds.
Oh.
Never mind. He's not there to do that. He was there to do that and hold them into place.
Damn you! Okay, we've done some pile-ins, and we're ready to strike this Immolator with the power swords of Prospero. I'm sure that's what they're called.
Yeah, they are.
1 wound
swords.
left.
Okay, so these are the power swords here. Okay, smoke launcher doesn't apply in combat, does it?
Um,
I'm going to say it's against shooting attacks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. That is 1 wound at -3.
Okay, so the Shield of Faith. No.
Is not so fair. Does she explode?
I hope so.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's close. The Immolator is destroyed. Excellent work by the Scarab Occult Terminator.
With the Immolator out of the way, the Scarab Occult Terminators have used their 3-inch consolidate move to move towards the Exorcists, the Canoness, and this objective. Unfortunately, I can't control that objective, even though it is what I want, because there is the sister hiding just behind the building there. These rubrics have zoomed over here. The reason being is because whilst they had not had the option to fight yet, you still get to pile in and consolidate if you have charged. So they've used that to bring themselves forward, again providing a little bit more protection for the Demon Prince round here, and also to put some pressure over here. That Immolator is not there, Bid.
No, it's not.
Please remove it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now all we have left to do is the Caluxus and the Immolator to attack the Shaman. So, like I say, a bit of a risk here, because if it doesn't pay off, then the Shaman's going to die and the Immolator's going to have free reign around the battlefield once again. But I'm relatively confident.
He's confident, people.
Ish.
Okay. Immolator first.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay.
But the important one is the Caluxus.
Indeed. So, 4 attacks, Eagle 2s.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So he will live because he does have 4 wounds.
Indeed. So essentially, I'm just
Punching me.
What's his strength?
He's toughness 4,
Toughness 4.
strength 4.
4s.
Just the one wound.
So I do get the invuln save in combat against this guy.
You do, yeah.
And I save
You
it.
save it, very
so
good.
I've trapped them both in combat. That has been an incredibly important turn for the Thousand Suns there.
Big people.
Very, very good indeed. So, looking at my objectives, I don't have secure objective 2 just yet, but that could very well happen next turn.
Yep.
Defend objective 5. Ironically, I'm halfway. I'm away from it at the moment. So you know what? It's a bit of a problem. Defend objective 4. Ironically, halfway through to it with the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
So he could potentially hold it, but there is an Eversaw there and Celestine over there. So and 3 Vindicares, in line of sight, which could be an issue. I did get Assassinate, which is a point. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to discard Defend Objective 5 because my Terminators are slow. And I've scored Assassinate. So that puts me on 3 points to your 3.
Oh, it's a draw.
Okay, but we are going into your turn 3.
Yes.
And you do have...
I need to strike back with my sisters.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, wait.
Let's do that quickly whilst we're rolling.
6 attacks. Is that 6 dice? Yes. 4 hits.
1 wound.
1 wound.
Okay, cool. So back to where we were. Now, Beard, you have... now, Defend Objective 1 was over here. So you've not done that. I've denied you the Defend Objective 5.
Yes.
Which is actually quite important, because that would prevent your lead. And you still have overwhelming firepower and priority orders received with Celestine.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? That could be quite cheeky. That could come to bite me. But for now, as I say, I think I'm going to discard Defend Objective 5. Because if the Warlord does survive this turn, he is going to give me 2 victory points. I hold out very, very small hopes for that. I need Beard to do quite a whiffer of a turn, really.
It's happened in the past.
It has. You are known for it. Secure Objective 2, I'm obviously going to keep. So that's the lay of the land. It's currently 3 victory points apiece going into turn 3. So let's do the Sister's turn of movement and then come back. Sisters of Battle and Pals, turn 3. Slight addendum to the end of the last little cut there, guys. Beard did indeed discard Defend Objective 1 because it didn't really make much sense for him to do so. Considering that the Immolator could have moved over here, is where I think, something that could have been done, but because I'm surrounded by troops and there was always the chance of charging, it made a little bit more sense to discard it and not have him sit there all game. Also, I did at that point have the Demon Prince and Zangor. I didn't have the Zangor left alive, but I did have the Demon Prince over here who was potentially able to just go and rip him apart and prevent him from getting it anyway. So we have counted that as a discard, so ignore what I was saying in the last little bit. So we've got 2 more objectives to draw.
Okay.
The first part.
One, Secure Objective 4 and Supremacy.
Okay, so Supremacy, at the moment, you don't really... you could have 1.
I could hold that.
You could hold that.
Holding...
You could move that over to there. You could move an assassin down. Sorry, guys. I'm looking away from the camera here. I'm still getting used to this, so please forgive me. I think this is the first one on Freeview that I've done, actually. Forgot to mention that at the beginning. So, if you have noticed some dodgy camera work, please be a little bit kind. This is my, 4th day of filming with it. So,
Give me a break.
Give me a break. But, feel free to leave criticism and as long as it's, relatively constructive. I don't mind negative feedback as long as it's something that I can do to improve it. Which, is obviously what I'm going to be working on. But back to the point in hand. So in theory, yes, you could get Supremacy, which is 1 there. You could move the Immolator to, ironically, Objective 1 and move an Assassin down to claim that. Not to mention, you have currently holding that one there with your troops, which I won't be able to do anything about this turn anyway because she's still alive. So you know what? That's a relatively strong pick for you. So you can have Secure Objective 4 instead because that is what my Demon Prince is on, which means you would have to go in for the charge to do it. So it gives you some tough choices to make. Okay, so let's get rid of Kingslayer there because that's probably going to happen this turn. Blood and Guts is, it's still likely to happen, guys, but it's worth 1 point over D3. So it's all about mitigating those points so he doesn't get a good lead because I only need a bad draw next turn and I'm in trouble. So we'll just go on to the Ladybeard's movement phase and then we'll come right back with some recap and some shooting. Okay, end of the Sisters movement phase. A couple of slight addendums that we have forgotten about. It has been some time since the Sisters have hit the board. Act of Faith, the Hand of...
Hand of the Emperor.
Hand of the Emperor.
Yes, needing a 4. I did get a faith point back last turn because you destroyed another unit of Sisters.
That's correct. You're on 7. And did you get it for Beacon of Faith for Celestine herself on a 4+? So let's roll that now.
Yes.
Okay, so you're on like 8 faith points now?
No, no, I'm on 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, well you really need to start using them.
Oh no, wait, I am on 7.
You're on 7 because I've killed 2 infantry units. I killed both Dominion squads last turn. You started on 6, and you've only spent
I spent a couple.
You spent 2.
Yeah.
But I've killed 3 units.
Okay, so I'm back up to 7,
units.
and now I'm going to use 1 for Hand of the Emperor. So on a 4+, Celestine can move an additional 3 inches.
No. Okay, so that should have been done at the beginning of the movement phase, guys, but, you know, it's these sorts of things where unless you're playing with the army relatively consistently, you know, they do tend to get forgotten, and it's all going to change anyway at some point soon. Other second slight addendum, we did roll a morale check for these ladies off screen. Beard rolled a 3, their leadership is 8, they only lost 3, so they are perfectly fine. Otherwise, these ladies have remained locked in combat, are you sure?
No,
they'll fall back through the ruin. So we're counting this as a ruin here, in case anyone's wondering how they got there in the first place as well. But the key thing is that down here, the Demon Prince is being assailed by Eddie the Eversor, Celestine, the Gemini, the Canoness. It's not very good. It's not looking good for the Prince. This Immolator has fallen back. Again, going to cause me problems unless I can deal with it. Vindicare stayed still up the top here. Vindicare stayed still up the top there. Vindicare stayed still in the ruins there. Yes. Exorcists have all moved half an inch to do the -1 to hit me.
Exactly.
The Seraphim have moved out just onto the objective for the security of it. And that's it. I mean, both forces are pretty thin on the ground.
Yeah.
But you do have a lot of firepower left. A free Exorcist is a problem. Free Vindicares is a problem. But, you know, I don't want to say that they've not done anything so far, because now they're all going to be absolute marksmen. So, shooting phase then, whilst we're on topic, I guess we'll open up with that. Where do you want to go, Mr. Beard?
We're going to start off with a Vindicare.
All right. Opening up with a whistle crack as a sniper round flies from this Vindicare here into the back of the Demon Prince's skull. Yes. Now, none of the Vindicares have moved this turn, so it is 2s to hit, regardless of any modifiers that I might have gotten off. I didn't. So. Hey! Okay, that's a hit.
Very good.
You need that again to wound.
Hiya! Oh,
I saw it. I saw it. This is not something you see every day. I mean, you see that a lot. But what exactly is happening here?
He's throwing a melter bomb at the Demon Prince.
Okay. So melter bombs, you don't see them very often.
No.
Mainly because of their 3-inch range. Is it D3 shots they do?
It's a 4-inch range. It's just the one shot.
Okay, one shot.
One shot.
So, does it hit me?
Oh, no!
Well, that might be why you don't see them very often, because they miss.
They shouldn't miss.
Oh, Beard. Okay, so what's next, Beard?
Right, a couple of bolt pistols from the Gemini into the Demon Prince.
Okay.
3s. Very good. 5s and 6s. Nothing there.
Okay.
And a crack grenade from the Canoness into the Demon Prince as well. Needing a 2. Very good.
I don't know where that was. There it is.
And then...
4s. Okay, it is wound. -1. So it'll be a 4+ save here. Loves it.
Very good.
And just for those that are interested, unfortunately, the Blade of Perdition... Is that what it's called? Blade of Perdition?
Oh, no, it's called the Ardent Blade.
The Ardent Blade is just out of range. That 3-inch move would have not only helped their charge, but also got her in range for some tasty, tasty flamery goodness.
Indeed.
Do you know what you're going to do next?
I think I'm going to do my Exorcist next, but I just need to think about what I'm going to shoot at.
Okay. Exorcist time. The first one here, Stormbolter and Missile Launcher going into the Terminators that are stomping towards their lines.
They must die.
Stormbolters.
Reroll the 1. Good. We'll hit. 4s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Okay, not shabby. So I do technically have a 1-up save, but obviously 1s always fail. But I'm fine. Your Missile Launcher.
Yes. So D6.
Ooh, we have a 4.
4. I'll take it. 3s. Oh, yes.
Okay, 2s to wound.
Yes.
Okay,
3
3
wounds.
wounds. So this is -4.
-4, yeah.
And D6 damage.
Yep.
So this will be my 5-up Terminator armor invuln save. Yeah! Okay, so 2 go through. So the first one, I'm hoping you roll a 1 here. Okay, so that definitely, so that kills one. The second one, I'm hoping you roll a 1 here. Okay, so that's 2 Terminators down from the first Exorcist. That's not good. We've got more probably at the same target, I presume. Just as the missiles crash down, a gout of roaring fire joins the fray. This heavy flamer coming in
She's
first,
been hiding.
just in case.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, yeah, that's why she's been hiding.
Oh, good.
She forgot to load
Well
her
done.
Prometium. Okay, back to the main event. Exorcist number 2 coming in. Same target, same
Stormbolter.
weapons.
Reroll because of the Canoness. Oop.
Okay, that's all 4 hit there.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Let me grab
Just
you some
gonna
dice.
run around and grab some dice. I think it'll be hard.
You are.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of them, I think. So, 2 wounds, you said?
Yep.
Okay, loves it on the 2-up. Terminator save. But now the important hit.
The missiles.
Good.
Hit.
It is a hit.
Wounds.
It is a wound. Okay, I need a 5-up here. No.
Damage.
Damage 1. Okay, another one dies. That's the problem with these Terminators. When they get hit by stuff that's designed to burst open tanks, they're not so hot.
They're dead now.
The third of what I presume that all of the organ ladies on here are triplets. I think that,
You'd presume so.
but I'd be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but the third of the Exorcists coming in. The Stormbolter is just out of range.
Oh,
But
can we roll?
you are re-rolling the double one there.
Canoness.
Okay.
Okay. 2 hits and 1 wound.
1 wound. Saved. Okay, and now the missile launcher.
Missile launcher. Oh,
Excellent.
no, 1 again. Hits and a wound.
It is a wound. Can I save it this time though? No, I can't. Oh dear. Okay, so I've got to decide, do I want the sorcerer alive or do I want the missiles alive? I think it's got to be the sorcerer. So unfortunately, Mr. Missile, off you pop. Cheeky bolt pistol from the Canoness now coming into the remaining Scarab sorcerer.
Finish him. It's a hit. And it's a wound.
It is a wound. Just gonna grab my dice.
Pretty cool.
He's alive. I mean, they have 2 wounds each, right?
Yeah.
The remaining Vindicares now. This one is actually going to turn his gaze to the Terminator Lord. So that's a problem because he's infantry, which means he's going to be hit and wounded on 2s.
Yes.
But what actually happens here, Mr. Beard?
Let's find out. It's
That's a hit. 2s to wound.
It's a wound.
It's a wound. So it's -3. I don't get any invuln. So this is just a 5-up save from my Terminator armor, which I fail. So this does D3 wounds.
D3. It's the big 3.
Okay, that's 3 wounds. And then you've got headshot.
Yes. So,
Which is an issue.
Essentially, where do we go? So on a 3+, he suffers another mortal wound. Which he
Okay.
does. And is he dead?
Not yet.
Okay, so on a 4+, he gets an additional mortal wound, which he does.
Okay, so now I believe he's dead because
Is
I
he dead
think
now?
he only has 5 wounds. I'm just going to check that. Do you want to roll another one just to be absolutely sure?
5 up. No.
Okay, I'm just going to double check. I'm sure he has 5 wounds, and then we'll...
Headshot! It was a headshot!
Yeah, 5 wounds. The Terminators here have just turned around and just seen the corpse of their commander just falling behind them.
Yes.
It's very upsetting, but you know, that's just how good Vindicares are when they work.
Yeah, it's about time they did something good this game.
Yeah, that's true. So speaking of Vindicares, we have the final one.
Yes, I've been thinking long and hard about what to shoot him at, but I think realistically I'm going to have to go for the Demon Prince.
Okay.
I am ruling him on 5s, but with 5 wounds remaining, I'm not convinced that A, everything's going to get into charge, and B, that everything's going to kill him, so I'm going to need to try and get some more wounds off.
Okay, so we're
So,
going for a
give it a go.
Hail Mary shot.
So, on a 2. Okay, it's a hit. I need
It's
another
a
one
hit.
of those,
You need
please.
another
5 or a
one.
6. Oh, it paid off!
Okay, so I don't get an invuln save against this. It's -3.
Just kill him! Don't save it!
I need a 6.
Don't save it!
Okay, so does you wounded me on a 5, didn't you? Because
Yeah.
6 would be D6 damage, which is grim. So D3 wounds,
D3 wounds. It's 2.
Okay.
It's a good start.
and then headshot.
Headshot.
Because that it just applies.
On a 3. Okay, it's a mortal wound.
Okay.
So that's 3 wounds. On a 4. No.
Okay, but he is down to 2. That makes it a lot more comfortable for everything else to deal with him. On the basis of that, I think that's your shooting done.
That is the shooting phase complete. They've fallen back. The Seraphim.
They might be in shooting range.
Yeah, they've not. I've not. Oh no, they're more than 12.
Are they more than 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is collector's fallen back. That's everything.
Yeah.
Everything's shot.
All right, so we just have some charges to do, don't we? All right, let's decide where the blood will flow. Charge phase now, and my poor Demon Prince is being attacked, not even from all angles, just in one general direction. So the Eversort can't fail the charge, but we're going to roll for it just because it will depend on where he goes.
Oh.
Okay, so he does still have a 10-inch charge, so that gives him the ability to wrap around or like move around just in case.
I might just pop him around here.
Sure. Then you have the
Canoness.
Canoness needs a 5.
Yep. That's a 5.
Yep, that's a 5, yes.
And she pops. The Gemini needs a 7.
Okay.
Just a 7. Nope, they fail, and Celestine needs an 8. No.
Okay.
She's like,
so, nah, he's got this.
Yeah.
She's actually, I can imagine she's just looking at him, just like absolutely wailing on the prince, just going, nah, it's okay.
Yeah. She's like, Eddie, you go on.
Yep.
You
You have fun, you
Yeah.
crazy kid, you. Okay, so obviously we're going to start off with Eddie ripping into the Demon Prince.
Yes.
8 attacks on the charge here,
Here we
using
go.
the Neuro Gauntlet.
Go one, but 7 hits.
So he does need 5s and 6s to wound here, but you are re-rolling.
Okay.
Oh,
so
that's a good start.
Ooh, it's pretty good. Re-rolling. Okay, no more, but that
Okay.
is 4 wounds.
4 wounds. Okay, so it's damage 1. I do have a 4-up in bun. Oh, he's alive with a wound!
My goodness.
How does he do it?
1 wound left.
Wow, I was not expecting him to survive.
Me neither.
So it's down to the Canoness.
Yeah.
She has 4 attacks.
Oh. They all hit.
They all hit, but she does need
Needs
6s to wound. That's strength 3.
No!
He lives.
He lives!
I don't know how, but he lives. You know,
goodness.
wow, that's, well.
Unbelievably, the Demon Prince is now striking back.
Yeah.
I've got no... Ooh, actually, I think I might have a chance with a act of faith at the end of the fight phase to fight again with the Canoness.
With
So
the
it's not
Canoness.
necessarily all over.
Okay.
But she does need to survive.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm in an iron about this because I do have defend objective 4, and obviously I need to kill both of them in order to claim it. However, he explodes on a 4+,
Yeah.
and does D3 mortal wounds, which
Yeah.
will kill me.
Yeah.
If I had 3 or more wounds, I'd probably risk it, but I don't want to risk it. I know I'm throwing away victory points, but it also means I'm not giving away victory points
Yeah.
from Kingslayer. So all of my attacks are going on the Canoness,
Yeah.
and knowing that you have no command points left to make him attack again, and that she potentially can, I feel like she's got to die.
Makes sense.
Okay, so we've got 1 death to the False Emperor there, and 2 rerolls from being a Demon Prince. Okay, and the reason why I have 8 attacks here, guys, is because it's Shock Assault.
You got another death.
I got another 6 there from my rerolls, so these 2 extra attacks, okay, they don't generate, so, okay. But yes, Hateful Assault applies when you're charged as well.
Yeah.
So I need 2s to wound here. Okay.
Right.
So that is 9 saves at -2, please,
Okay.
bitch.
So she has 9.
9 saves, so I
Okay.
think that's a 4-up Rosaria save.
It is indeed. It is indeed. I think she's going to be fine.
The Emperor protects? Not.
Not today.
That is a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. That is 14 damage you just took there.
Wowee.
She did.
Hey, just one bit of morale to do for this aspiring sorcerer over
So
here.
He lost 4 friends, he's fine.
He's
His
okay.
leadership is 9.
He's all right. Right, so at the end of that turn, unfortunately I didn't secure any cards. I really need to kill that Demon Prince because that would have given me Blood and Guts. But hey, that's the way it goes. I'm not actually going to... Actually, where's Objective 4? Oh, it's on the
under
Demon
the
Prince.
Demon Prince. So you did deny me defend objective 4.
True.
Which is good.
That is true, yeah. I'm not actually going to discard any at the moment. Purely because that forces the Scarab Occult Terminus over there to shoot at the Seraphim, which isn't the end of the world, because otherwise I'll get 2 points for that. Again, Celestine's got the ability to kill a unit and get potentially 4 points, so I have to keep that. Yeah, I'm going to keep him for now.
Okay.
Might be a mistake, but we live and learn. So, end of turn 3 for the Sisters of Battle. Not quite as punchy as I was hoping to an extent. However,
We're still in the game. It's still a draw, but it's now time for the Thousand Suns turn 3. Let's see what happens. Right, so secure objective 2 and defend objective 4 are still in play, and we've got 2 more to draw.
So the options are Vengeance Long Awaited.
What does that do?
If I kill an Imperium unit, I get D3 victory points.
Right.
Or Scour the Skies, which is kill a unit with fly.
But that is 1
That's 1
versus
versus
D3, so I think we'll keep
So we're
Scour
keeping
the
Scour the
Skies.
Skies.
Yep, makes sense. And then second round is Wrath of Magnus again, so destroy a unit in the psychic phase, or Supremacy.
Ah.
Ooh, that's a pretty tough decision, you know.
So you're holding this one over
I
here.
have 1. I could potentially get 2.
Oh.
And I could probably get 3.
Dear, oh dear. That is tough. That is tough. Oh, that's a good draw for you.
It is.
That is a good draw for you. I mean, Supremacy is going to be more straightforward, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Wrath of Magnus. But this could be a big turn. Hang on, how have we got 5 cards?
Because ignore Vengeance, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
discarded.
These are
Yeah,
your
so
4.
that should be turned over. Ignore that.
Okay, so definitely able to get Scour the Skies this turn if he can remove the Seraphim, which he should be able to. It's very interesting.
Oh.
That changed things dramatically. Well, let's go into the movement phase. Let's see what he can do with the cards that have been drawn. Right, the movement phase in turn 3 is complete for the Thousand Suns. As you can see, the Demon Prince has disappeared from this battle. He has not fallen back. He has used the Dark Matter Crystal. Excellent timing, and he has reappeared over here. So my the Sentinel Array for the Eversaw Assassin only works when a unit falls out of combat. So I couldn't throw a Melter Bomb, which is a shame. But I miss usually anyways. Doesn't really matter. So yes, Demon Prince is gone. He is out of trouble for now, and he is able to smite away this turn. Very good. Over here, we've had the Scabcart Terminator shuffle forward towards the Seraphim. Over here, the Shaman on his disc has moved around to deal with the Vindicare in the charge phase and maybe in the psychic phase, as has the Aspiring Sorcerer over here. The Rubrics are now Conga lining.
Yep.
Why are they doing that?
The reason being for that is so that I can heal him with temporal manipulation.
Oh, very good.
To get him to keep him in range while still being able to open up fire on stuff that is generally going to be not as. Basically, I want to try and kill some of her. Whereas that 14, obviously characters are ignored for this purpose. He's not going to be able to do anything because of his 6-inch anyway, and that's 14 to less.
Okay.
So it's essentially so that one, I can heal, but also so that I'm in a good position in order to move around and do other stuff as and when I need to.
Sure. The Rhino has moved around the wall over here. The Exalted Sorcerer has moved from the crater over this way. The Aspiring Sorcerer rolled a 6 in his advance. He's legged it away from the Immolator at the back over there. And finally, this Aspiring Sorcerer is looking to finally deal with the sister down here, probably with a smite, and then that will be Objective 2 secured, which is one of your cards. So, great movement phase. Let's get into the psychic phase and see what happens. Days of Fate we're starting with first of all.
So, out of the Coluxus range, goes off. That gives me a reroll.
Very good. Reroll farm continues to produce some goods. Next up, the Scabcart Terminator Sorcerer is going to cast Weaver of Fates on his own unit.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check their range on the Coluxus because he has moved around, I believe. Yeah, I'm plenty out.
Yeah, he's well out.
Cast on a 6. That goes off on an 11.
Very good.
That's not a perils.
Bottom one now. The smite onto the lone sister of battle over there. Will she be put to rest?
Smiting! Yes, she will.
She will indeed. Unable to deny with my Shield of Faith. She is dealt with, and that is Objective 2 secured.
As well as Wrath of Magnus.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Excellent start. Okay, moving over here, we've got the Aspiring Sorcerer smiting into the Vindicare.
Doesn't go off.
Nope.
Wouldn't have gone off anyway, and the Shaman is going to do exactly the same.
Yep.
That does go off, because even with the -2 from the Cluxus nearby,
Yeah, powerful.
D3.
Oh, it's the big 3.
That's good.
Very good. 3 wounds taken off from the Vindicare. Excellent start to dealing. Next up, this unit here, Temporal Manipulation is being cast onto the Demon Prince. It is, because of the conga line, within 18 of the Calexis.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
So they will get a -2 to this.
Yeah. Which I'm
that
going
is-
to use my Gaze of Fate reroll
I
on
was going
that.
to say negative.
Yeah, so it doesn't go off,
Yeah.
but the Gaze of Fate prevents the perils.
Indeed.
Importantly.
Indeed. Death Hex being cast from the Demon Prince onto the Vindicator, looking to remove his invuln save.
Yeah, that goes off.
Very much goes off.
Cannot
Very good.
deny.
No invuln save means no saving throws available to the. I think I'll get a 6
You
up
get,
save.
you get your cover and all that sort
Yeah,
of stuff.
very Second power from the Prince is a Smite.
Smiting! So that does go off indeed.
Yep.
No way to deny that. And that is 3 more.
Another 3. Both Vindicators taken 3 mortal wounds from Psychic this turn. Yeah. Finally, the Exalted Sorcerer, first of all, casting Warp Time on himself.
Can he cast Warp Time? Yes, he can!
Very good.
He gets a 12-inch range.
There he is. He's moved and appeared next to the Vindicator, and now a Smite is being cast. Will he finish him off? On a Super Smite,
Well-
I would imagine so, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't have started with that, could I?
Absolutely decimated this Vindicator assassin, removed from existence and time itself. He is very, 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 very dead. Right into the shooting phase now after a brutal psychic phase. Stormbolter from the Rhino into the Sisters. 4 shots.
Okay. no
3
rerolls
hits.
here. 2 wounds though.
2
No minuses?
wounds. They're okay. The power armor saves them. Very good. Okay, Scarab Cult Terminators now firing everything into the Seraphim.
Yep, just going to double check that they can all indeed see. Yes, they can. So this Boltgun's first. No rerolls and no prescience here.
Pretty good spread
Still
hits, though.
pretty good. Okay, freeze to wound. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed.
How many is
That
that?
is 11 saves at -2, please.
11. Grab my dice. They are out of range of Celestine, sadly. So 5s and 6s here. They are dead. Absolutely wiped away. Excellent work by the Terminator. We have a Warp Flame Pistol firing into the Immolator and a Stormbolter firing from the...
Normal bolt pistol. It's a normal Inferno bolt pistol.
Oh, it's a bolt pistol. Okay, fine.
Normal thing over there.
Yep.
Which hits.
It's a hit.
It does wound at -2.
Yeah, I needed a 6 for that, actually.
Yep, tough to
Where's
say.
my dice gone? Oh, here they are. Okay, so needing a 5 or 6. Does take a wound.
One.
Does take a wound, very good. And then the Stormbolter from the Sorcerer.
Indeed. So just flinging bolts of sorceress fire. He will get to reroll 1s.
Yeah, he's within 6.
Okay. No, doesn't matter. Another wound at -2.
Okay. Okay, that one does
Love
save.
it.
Plinked off by the Shield of Fate. Okay, so the Rubrics are firing everything into Eddie. He is out in the open and not in a good way.
Yeah. So the Soul Reaper Cannon.
Okay,
Well.
that's a bit of a problem.
They're back to their good old ways. That is a wound, though.
Okay. 4 up, lightning fast reactions.
Yeah.
Makes it.
So 3 guys here because the Aspiring Sorcerer has a pistol.
Yes.
But I am in Rapido.
So
Right?
6 shots.
Oh.
Um,
Well, this is a problem.
mm,
That is 1 wound.
1 wound, lightning fast reactions. No,
Okay.
he does take a wound. He's down to 3.
Well, it's still a problem.
But probably should have taken a few more than 3. Next up, bird's eye view. The Aspiring Sorcerer smiting into the Vindicator at the top of the building over here.
Not smiting. Inferno.
Oh, he's
Flame
been
pistol.
smited.
He was already smoten.
He's been-
We were just working out how many wounds we had remaining. So flame pistol. Okay, 1 shot, which does wound.
Okay, very good.
-2.
Okay, 4 up. No, he does take another wound.
All right.
So you've got the one left. We're going straight into the charge phase. The Rhino charging into the Battle Sisters down there. Just a bit of Overwatch. So bolters first of all. 2 hits and 1 wound.
Nope.
And a save. And then the Heavy Flamer. 6. 6.
6.
6. 2 wounds.
It's -1. I
Saves
save
again.
both.
That's a tough Rhino.
And yeah,
Yeah.
It's essentially just to keep them from falling back.
Yeah.
And again, just going and shooting stuff. And obviously we're counting that as a barricade, so it's the inch over.
We've got the Exalted Sorcerer charging into the Exorcist over here. So a bit more Overwatch. Stormbolters first. 1 hit. Reroll the 1 because of the Canoness. Nope. That's a wound. That's a save. And then the missile launcher. 3 shots.
Oh,
One
dear.
hit so far. Reroll the 1.
Oh no!
2 hits.
Oh no!
2's to wounds. Oh, it's 2 wounds. Oh,
No.
doesn't save either of them.
2d6 damage on him. Oh, it's all gone wrong.
7
It's all
wounds.
gone wrong.
The exalted sorcerer is cut
Oh,
down
no.
by... Wow, what a shocker. Goodness gracious, so now it's going to force the Demon Prince to charge in now.
That's not good. Well, do you...
Yeah, Overwatch first of all. So, Stormbolter again. No hits there. The missile launcher. Just the 1. Needing a 6. No, it's a 2. Does he make it
It's
in?
a 9-inch charge. No.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. Goodness
Wow.
gracious! Now the Shaman is declaring a charge into the Vindicare. Overwatch. No.
Oh, look at me.
He's very in. Excellent. Any more charges?
I don't believe so. I kind of want to leave the Rubiks where they are.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to have a quick measure up and check some things.
Quick fights. Rhino versus the Battle Sisters.
Nope.
Okay.
May as well do your attacks now. It's
I'll do
irrelevant.
my attacks now.
Whilst we're here.
Okay. 3
Yep.
hits. 6s. No wounds.
Cool. As expected.
Moving on.
The Shaman.
The Shaman versus the Vindicare Assassin.
Okay, so Shaman, he hits twice.
Okay.
No death to the False Emperor here, because he is a chicken. That is 1 wound at -1.
1 wound. 4 up or die. Oh, he survives.
That's fine. It's okay.
The Vindicare survives.
Okay.
I need to attack back.
Yes, you do.
I don't know how he attacks. Please,
What?
please give me 1 moment. Vindicare striking back. See if he can punch him to death. 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s, of course, or 2 ones.
Yeah.
4's to wound. 2 wounds.
Both saved.
Both save. They
Alright.
stay locked in mortal combat. And that brings us to the end of the turn, at the end of the battle round. Very, very, very interesting. So, if we just swoop around this way and just have a quick look at the cards.
Yeah.
So, you have secured objective 2. You have scoured the skies, and you have wrathed the Magnus. So,
D3.
1 point, 1 point, and you got a D3.
D3.
Just the
Just the
one.
one.
But that doubles your lead. It puts you on 6 points to 3. Into turn 4, you've got 3 cards to draw. You discarded it?
It's right over Eddie. He can have it. Let him have it.
Okay, discarded. So, that's the end of battle round 3. Things are heating up. Let's move into battle round 4 and see how this battle concludes.
Sisters turn 4, just as Beard is planning out his manoeuvring. We'll just give you a quick recap of the objectives. So defend objective 5 is where the Seraphim were over there. It's now being stared down by the Scarabs, so it's probably not a doable thing. Secure objective 4 is in the centre of the battlefield where Eddie the Eversaw is. Blood and Guts is still on the board, as is overwhelming firepower, which must be achieved by Celestine. Looks like she's going off to do that because she's swooping over here. We'll obviously come back with a quick recap, but that could be a bit of a swinger. Turn 4 of the Sisters of Battle and Pal's movement phase is done. Indeed, Celestine and her Gemini bodyguard have moved over here to be in flaming range of this aspiring sorcerer. Coloxus has moved off to join the centre of the battlefield, as has this Immolator, who did get an advance roll to move and scream around the corner there. Eddie is probably going to have some more rubrics for breakfast. The Exorcists have remained static, but the Vindicate is going to be turning his bead on this Terminator to free up those Exorcists to shoot at my poor Demon Prince. Over here, the Sisters have fallen up out of combat, and that's pretty much it. Again, both forces very thin on the ground. It's all about the points at this stage, and I reckon you could have a real whopper of a turn.
Maybe.
Vindicare, Exeter's Rifle, target sighted.
Yes.
The aspiring sorcerer of the Scarab Occult Terminators.
He must die.
He hits.
2.
He wounds.
Good.
This is -3, no invuns, so just a 5 up here. No, D3 damage.
Just the 1.
But the headshot still applies, so I
Headshot.
need you to roll a 1 or a 2 here.
Hey.
No, that's the mortal wound. That's enough. That gets rid of him and stops him from protecting the Demon Prince from being shot at by these exorcists. Oh dear. So, whilst on that topic, why not do it?
Stormbolts first. 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Wounding on 5 and 6s.
5s and 6s.
Whoa!
Okay, the missiles might not even need to do anything here. It's a good thing he's got Chaos Armor. Okay, the missiles.
Right, missiles. D6. 3.
Alright.
3. 2 hits.
Alright, freeze to wound.
2 wounds.
Okay, 4 up in buns here. No, he's only got the 1 wound remaining. That
Finally.
is Slay the Warlord.
Wow.
Goodbye, sir. Okay, that I believe could be the turning point. There's still plenty to come. Vindicare here, shooting his Exodus pistol
Yes.
into the face of the shaman.
Drawn from the holster. So 2s.
Okay,
Of course.
never
Of
mind.
course.
And now this could be the winning move of the game. The Ardent Blades Flamer on the Aspiring Sorcerer.
Yes. Okay. D6. Okay.
Okay.
Not ideal.
They auto hit though.
They do auto hit, and it's strength.
I believe it's a heavy flamer.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
3.
Freeze to wound. Oh, bid! Okay, so much for that move. You could see where he was going. Exorcist on the Scarab Occult Terminators,
Yeah.
hiding around this ruin here.
Yep.
Just drawing the bead there.
Not in range with the Stormbolter, but the missile launcher. 3. Again, 3s. All hits.
Okay.
2s. 2 wounds.
Alright, 2 wounds. So I did get Weaver off, so this is 4 up in buns here. Oh, Terminators. Alright, so the damage on the first missile kills 1, and on the second, of course, kills another one. And we did forget to mention, obviously because the Stormbolter was out of range, he would be shooting at the Rubricae over there.
Yeah. 1 hit.
1 hit.
1 wound.
Okay, 1 wound, and that is 1 dead. Okay, very good. And the third and final Exorcist is going to do exactly the same. Stormbolter into the Rubricae. You'll notice that there was 1 missing. I accidentally removed him. I'd miscounted something earlier in the game. I added him on, and then he, ironically died. So serves me right. And then the Exorcist is going into the remaining Occult Terminators.
Yeah. Stormbolter first. Reroll. 2
Okay.
hits. 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay, he lives.
Good. And then D6 for the missile launcher. 3 again. Consistency here. Reroll because of the Canoness. 4 hits.
Yep.
And then 2 still wounds. 2 more wounds.
Alright. 4 plus save. Okay. 1 goes through. Damage on that one. Yay! 1
Oh,
lives.
how dare you.
Huzzah!
How dare you.
Executioner pistol coming in rapid fire
Yes.
at the remaining Rubricae.
4
All
hits.
hit.
Wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
Reroll.
Alright.
3 wounds.
Minus
-1.
Okay, and it's damage 1, so that is 3 plus saves, of which I pass all of them. Very good. Alexis now, D6 shots from the Animus Speculum into the Rubricae. D6, of course, because there are psychers within 18 inches.
Yes. D6. 5.
Okay.
5. 2s. To hit. Okay. 4 hits. And 3s to wound.
Freeze to wound.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
-4.
Okay, so this will be a 4 up in Vun save because it is damage 1.
Yes.
And all this dust applies to all saving throws. So 4 plus. Okay, so only 1 dies. That leaves 3 remaining. Not that bad because you do have blood and guts. You just want to thin the numbers a little bit before the Eversaw hits them. Canoness, quick little bolt pistol firing into the rubrics.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
No
It's not a
wounds.
wound. Anything else?
I think that actually is your lot.
You don't want to fire the Immolation Flamer?
Well, I need to. I've got blood and guts, so I need Eddie to kill the rubrics himself.
It would be risky.
I am going just to do the 2 bolt pistols from these 2 into that fella over there.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that was a no. That's a no. Reason being, blood and guts.
Yeah.
And also getting towards objective, getting into my lines. Canoness is starting off the charge phase into the Rubricae. So just my quick little overwatch. We've got the Inferno Boltguns, nada, and then we have the Soul Reaper Cannon, nada as well.
Okay.
Your charge, sir. No, I don't believe that will be on a 4.
Actually, yeah.
That looks a little bit more than that. Let's double check and just confirm. Yes, that was indeed a fail. The Canoness was, I believe, 6 inches away. The Immolator is going next. Reason being is because I do have the Warp Flame pistol in range of Eddie, so he will take some Overwatch potentially, and he is on half wound, so could potentially die.
Yeah.
Immolator going in. Let's do the Overwatch quickly. So Soul Reaper Cannon, nothing, and the Bolter, nothing.
Okay. Needing a 7. 5, 6, 7.
It's a 7. All right, so that prevents the Overwatch. Eddie pretty much can't fail unless he rolls a double 1. Let's just roll that quickly. And plus his additional d6, which we keep forgetting about. Oh, he's a speed demon. So again, he can pretty much go wherever he so pleases. More charges coming in. The Gemini and Celestine onto the Shaman.
Yep.
Gemini need an 8.
8 for Gemini.
Ooh.
No.
Okay, and
Celestine needs a 9. No.
No, failed every charge so far. But you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing because, you know, unlike my Warlord, she's still alive. That's it for charging, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, we're going straight into the fight phase. I presume that we're starting with Eddie.
Yes.
Okay, so 8 attacks from the Eversaw coming right up.
Okay. 7 hits.
Use the Neuro Gauntlet again.
No,
because-
Gauntlet, yep. And then we need 3s.
Mhm.
Strength 5. Okay, so that is.
And re-rolling for the Neuro
I'm
Gauntlet.
re-rolling,
Yeah.
so. Very good. 7.
7 wounds. Okay, so let me just grab 7 dice here. Now it is damage 1, but it's -1.
Yep.
So essentially it's a free up save for the All Is Dust in combination with my power armor, and they're all dead.
Wowza.
Well, that was to be expected. I was hoping to maybe survive with one guy there, but alas, such is the way of the game. We'll go straight on to the Vindicare, because it's just his 5 attacks, and it's obviously your choice.
4 hits.
Mhm.
Just about. 4s. 3 wounds.
3 wounds, 3 saves. I save 1, I'm down to 2. I'll just do my attacks back quickly. Okay, I hit all 3 times because of the +1 for being a Zangor myself. I wound twice.
Okay. 4 ups.
One of these could go through. Excellent.
Go.
So I do take down a Vindicate, but you know what, guys? That has been a pretty tough turn, and the Thousand Suns are not looking like they're in a good
That's
spot.
the end of turn 4.
Turn 4.
For the Sisters of Battle. Objective 4 has been secured by the Immolator, just over there. Blood and Guts secured by Eddie. This still in play, and we are going to discard, defend objective 5. Yeah, will be cards in play next turn, and now it's time to draw 4 cards for the Thousand Suns.
So we are on 7 victory points for you to 6 because you did get Warlord as well. So just to clarify that, so we've got secure objective 3 or overwhelming firepower.
I think. Where's objective 3?
Objective 3 is this one here.
Okay, so you've got a sorcerer right there, so I guess overwhelming firepower, I suppose.
It would be more difficult for me to achieve. Blood and Guts or hold the line.
Hold the line if you have at least 3 units completely within.
Which I could get him back.
Yeah.
Leaving my sorcerers where they are.
Okay, and Blood and Guts isn't guaranteed, so you can keep Blood and Guts.
Okay. Okay, so the next lot is defend objective 3 or area denial.
Okay, I think it's.
Well, area denial, I can't score because you have an Immolator there.
Yeah.
Really, and it's relatively healthy. He's got 6 wounds left.
It does, yeah.
That's a
Okay,
problem.
so we will go with area denial.
Okay, and then the final lot is defend objective 1, which is this one here,
Okay.
or vengeance long awaited, which is destroy an Imperium unit.
Okay, let's get rid of that one.
Okay.
Okay. 4
Not
cards
great.
drawn. It's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Let's see what they do. Doki, movement phase, turn 4, Thousand Suns complete. Quick few shuffles, the Rhino has moved forwards. The very, very fast Aspiring Sorcerer has come forward again, looking to do a little smite on the Eversaw over there. Over here, the Terminators have moved
Moving down
towards...
there.
Celestine and the Gemini, as has the Shaman, and over here, this Spine Sorcerer is moving back to hold that objective at the back. So that is the movement done, nice and quick.
Yep.
Let's get straight into the Psychic. Okie, so a Smite being cast into the Gemini.
Well. Okay.
The third time
Yep.
in this game
That's good.
is a Perils.
It's good. Okay. So you know what? I'm gonna roll it on the Gemini first.
Okay.
Okay, and then on me. Yeah, I
Of
killed
course.
the 2 remaining Terminators that I had because one was on one.
One was on one wound.
Wow, that's pretty grim.
Okay, the Shaman now looking to do a Smite into the Gemini.
Doesn't go off because he's in Coluxus range.
Yeah. Eesh. Flying Sorcerer at the back, smiting into Celestine this time, because she is the closest.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Well.
The power of the warp is diminishing on the battlefield now. Things are looking grim. There is one Aspiring Sorcerer left.
Smite goes off
Does go
on a 10 on Eddie. It's 1 mortal wound. Can't really do anything about
Okay,
that.
so
He is the
he's down to
closest.
2.
I think they're equidistant anyway.
Yeah.
That's it for my psychic phase.
Okay.
That was pretty pants.
Okay, Stormbolter now. We're in the shooting phase. Stormbolter into the Gemini. 3 hits.
Yes. That is 3 wounds minus 2
Three
though,
wounds,
so
very
4 up in
good. 4 up invuln.
Could do him. Oh yes,
Wow.
at least he guns them down.
Actually kills both Gemini there. That is that's brutal. They're both dead. Excellent firepower achieved there.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
somehow. So Stormbolter from here, or Combi Bolter rather, into Eddie,
Yep.
the Eversaw. That is 3 hits. That is 1 wound.
1 wound. 4 up, lightning fast reflexes. No, 1 wound remaining.
Very
Oh,
good.
not 4.
It's
On
Eddie.
time for charging. The Rhino is going to charge Eddie the Eversaw, and I'm going to throw a Melter Bomb.
Yeah.
Because Ree! Oh, that would have been
Okay.
fun.
Alright.
He's got loads of Melter Bombs.
Yeah. It's an 8-inch.
In it goes.
So we're just gonna. Oh, didn't mean to do that. We're gonna go to there. So then, obviously, when I pile in, I
Shuts
can
down the
go
Immolator.
dunk.
Very good.
Shaman onto Celestine.
Okay. D6 from the Overwatch. Very interesting. Could this be the time I finally got overwhelming firepower? Maybe.
That is 4 wounds.
4 wounds, -1.
I
he's
took
good.
1 wound, so I'm down to 1.
He's good. 1 wound left.
Down to 1.
We worth mentioning. Obviously, couldn't fail that charge, but Chef did roll another double 6.
Double 6, guys.
Unbelievable.
Over there,
really.
over here, over there,
Yeah.
over there, over there. It's very silly.
Unreal. Right, where do you want to
Okay.
start?
Let's start with the Rhino.
Okay.
4 attacks from Shock Assault.
Okay.
Or Hateful Assault. On Eddie. Yeah.
Oh, does get a hit. That Shock Assault is very useful.
That is a wound.
Need a 4 up or he's dead. No! Eddie's killed by a Rhino! God damn it. He do his final he's dead, but he suffers a bio meltdown. So enemy units within 6 inches, weirdly just enemy units,
it's just
on a 4+. Oh, don't suffer D3
Okay.
mortal wounds. So a tiny explosion, an implosion. He blew himself up, and that is really him at his happiest. Okay, now it is the Shaman versus Celestine.
4 staff. Oh. Okay.
1 hit.
2's to wound. Yay.
Yay.
-1. 3 up save. Okay, cool.
She's fine.
It was a fool's hope, but I hope
She's fine.
nonetheless.
So I will attack her back. I don't even know how many attacks she has.
5 or 6?
I think it.
Let's quickly check. I've got her page open.
Okay,
That
thank
is
you.
6 attacks.
6 attacks.
Ugh.
Okay, and she's striking at strength.
Strength 7.
Strength 7. Okay, so 2s.
So 2s and 3s.
Lovely. 3s to wounds. 4 wounds with the ardent blade.
No, that is a dead chicken.
He is very dead. Interesting stuff. 3 attacks from my
Immolator
Immolator.
upon-
Everyone loves a Rhino fight. No, nothing there.
Okay.
So that brings us to the end of the turn, the end of the battle round. Very interesting stuff. So, what did you get?
I got overwhelming firepower and blood and guts somehow.
Unbelievable.
I didn't get area denial because, let's be fair, the centre of the board is somewhere around here, and
Yep.
you have a Immolator stood on it. Defend objective 1, I am ironically halfway through to.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that just in case
Celestine utterly whiffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to discard area denial.
Okay.
But that puts me currently on 8 to 7.
Yeah.
Going into turn 5.
Wowee.
With like 4 models left.
Yeah.
3 models left.
Let's swiftly go on to battle round 5. Let's see if this game gets wrapped up.
Five. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I have about 3 models left, guys. But you know what? You never say never unless some silliness happens with the cards. Yeah. So, the first one. Behind enemy lines or area denial. You can keep area denial because I want to say that I'm within 6. But behind enemy lines, you will definitely have with Celestine going over there.
Next. Secure Objective 2 and Big Game Hunter.
Okay, so Big Game Hunter is my Rhino, which is facing down 3 Exorcists, and Secure Objective 2 is this one here.
Too, yeah.
Just there, which again you can drive an Exorcist onto. None of those are good. I will take Big Game Hunter because it's less likely to happen.
Very good. Finally, Secure Objective 4 and Defend Objective 4.
Okay, well, Defend Objective 4 is in the middle there.
Yep.
You can have Defend Objective 4 just in case I go absolutely Super Saiyan on stuff and do multiple smites, if presuming I'm still alive.
Never say die.
Never say die. However, this one could be the problem. I think we should just go straight into that, really, because if she kills this sorcerer, that's 4 victory points, and that'll be game. So why don't we do that quickly, because that will determine whether we do it properly, quote unquote. We're doing this very, very ad hoc and rapid fire here, guys.
The Ardent Blade.
3. Well, okay.
What is wrong?
So
the dice. Why can't I just have a run of average luck like a normal person? Why?
Okay, so I guess we will play the turn. The Exorcists have basically held position, apart from the one that's moved round just to bring clear line of sight to stuff. The Immolator round here has just backed up a little bit just to ensure the... just more than anything to prevent me from getting the area denial.
Yeah.
Canoness and Cluxus have moved up here, and the Vindicator has remained where he is, so he's just waiting for a character to rear his ugly head and pop his head off. So that's part of the shooting done. Do you know where you're going next, Beard?
Yeah, I'm going to do the Vindicator into the Sorcerer.
Into this lone sorcerer here. Okay. That's a hit. That's a wound. It's -3. 6 up save. That is a dead aspiring sorcerer. Well, he did relatively well, giving me rerolls from time to time. Do you know where you're going next?
Yep. This Exorcist into the Rhinoceros.
Okay, so this is the one that moved.
Yep. So D6.
One shot.
No, it's a miss.
Okay.
The Stormbolter. Reroll the 1. Okay. No wounds.
Okay.
Okay. This one into here. D6.
Okay.
That's
there
better.
we go.
That's what we like. 5. Hitting on 3s. Of course, I've got 2 2s.
Okay.
3s to wound. Oh my god.
Okay, go straight through, so damage.
D6. 2
Dead!
wounds. Okay, last one in here. Oh, the Stormbolter.
Oh, the Stormbolter.
Just in case. 3 hits. Nope, 3 1s. What the hell is happening? The missile launcher. Oh my god! What? Oh, okay. Well, I can't kill it.
Well, not... Okay, it's a wound. How much damage does it do?
2 wounds.
Okay, so it has 6 wounds remaining. I mean, you've got crack grenades, you've got Immolator... Oh no, because the Immolator fell back. You've got crack grenades, and you have the Cluxus Animus Speculum, which might actually still be in range of the 18 of this guy to give you the extra shot. So we'll have to measure it up, but... oh, Beard.
What a whiff.
Right, 6 wounds left. It is doable. First, 3 bolt guns.
3 hits.
Did you fire the Stormbolter from that missile launcher as well over there?
Good question. I think I did.
Okay.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 wounds.
Okay.
He's down to 4.
Okay.
It's looking a little bit rosier.
Right.
The Cluxus is out of 18 inches of any psyker, so it's only D3 shots.
2.
2 shots.
Hitting on 2s.
2 hits. 5s and 6s to
6s.
wound. That is a wound. -4, so down to 3 wounds.
Yep.
The crack grenade.
Crack grenade from the Canoness.
It's a hit.
No wounds.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
That's good.
Right. Hail Mary time! It is the Exorcist charging into the Rhino first. So, it's a 6-inch charge, did you say?
Oh, hang on a minute. No, I need to keep him there because I'm holding...
You don't have that one. That was one of the optional ones.
That was... Oh, yeah. So, needing a 6. Okay.
Okay. My Overwatch, just for completion's sake, nothing. Now, the reason why you're going in with that is because you are then charging in with the Canoness and the Calyxus. They wouldn't have died on Overwatch, but, you know, you don't want to take any chances at this point.
So, needing a 4 for the Canoness. Yep, and she pops.
That's an
and
8.
then a 5 for the thingy.
Calyxus, that is
a
in.
7.
Okay, should do it. It's very important to clear this Rhino. One,
You
because...
say you should do it.
Well, you know, it's very important to clear it. We've got Big Game Hunter, more importantly, Area Denial, and I am on the 6-inch mark, but I have nothing else within 12, which means if that Rhino is removed, that's both Big Game Hunter and the D3 for Area Denial, which would probably win you the game depending on my cards.
It's big.
Celestine going into this Sorcerer, I take it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just do my Overwatch quickly. Flame Pistol, 5 hits.
Oh, very good.
Picking up dice. Forced wound, that is 2 wounds at -2.
Okay. 4 up in bomb. She's good.
She takes a wound on the way in, but she can't really fail that. Don't know if you want to roll it just for... Yeah. I don't know where you want to move her, but she'll be in there at some point. Yeah. Okay, very good. Starting with the Exorcist on the Rhino. 3 attacks.
There we go. 6s.
Reroll those ones.
Reroll the ones. Oh! 2 hits. Forced to wound.
Yeah, it is strength
Of
7
course.
somehow.
Of course.
But a 1 and a 2. Next.
Okay, the Canoness. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling the 1. Now, I need some of those 5s and 6s again, please. Got 1.
1, so a save of 6 up. No, down to 2.
Okay, and then finally, the Calyxus. We've got 4 attacks here.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. All hit. 5s and 6s to wound.
Yeah.
Nope, not a single one.
The Rhino. MVP of the game, I think. He's killed the assassin. He's denying points left, right, and centre. It's all very good for me. And now the combat you've all been waiting for. Celestine versus the aspiring champion.
Okay.
Aspiring sorcerer, even.
All hits.
All hit.
3s.
3s to wound. Okay. So that is at minus...
-4, I believe.
-4? Oh, goodness.
I think so.
So much -4 in this army. It's crazy.
Sorry, -3.
Okay, but it is 2 damage,
It's
isn't
2
it?
damage,
So
yeah.
these are just 5 up in buns here. Now, if I make these, that could actually be very key.
Oh, no.
Or I could roll a double 1. Okay.
Okay, to the end of the turn. I apologise to everyone that plays the game. How that Rhino is still alive, I have absolutely no idea. And that did mean I scored no points, which is great. And now we just got to draw the cards for the Thousand Suns.
Yep.
There's just a Rhino and a Terminator left.
Yep.
So let's see what we get.
Okay, so priority orders received, which would be mission critical of... Oh my god.
Weird.
Which would be the number 3. Bearing in mind my Warlord is dead, so
Yep.
that might be the one you want to keep.
Yep.
Versus Supremacy, which I couldn't hold anyway, so
Yep.
it's irrelevant?
Either. Keep Supremacy.
Either or. Okay, keep Supremacy.
Actually, no, keep the really complicated ones. It's funny.
Why not, I guess? Okay, second set would be either no prisoners or secure objective 6. Now, secure objective 6 is this one here.
Uh-huh.
No prisoners is kill a unit.
Yeah, so I think you can kill a unit if you like.
Okay. And then my third and final one, on top of defend objective 1, which was denied to me, unfortunately. Ritual Slaughter, which is destroy 9 enemy models this turn, or secure objective 4. We love objective 4.
You can kill 9 models.
Nine
Okay,
models.
you can do that because you can't do that.
Okay, I think on the basis of that, currently it is 6 to 7.
Yep.
Ritual Slaughter is going to be impossible because I only have... I mean, I say impossible. It's not impossible, but most of the models that I can actually target are either tanks or characters.
Yeah.
I just don't have the shots.
Yeah.
Defend objective 1, I've got nothing over there.
Yeah.
No prisoners. I could potentially get a point, and this one is impossible to achieve because my Warlord is dead.
It's pretty funny though.
Yeah. I think on the basis of that, as much as I hate to concede and whatnot, you would, if we ended the game here,
Yeah.
you would be on 8 points with Line Breaker to my 6.
Yeah, and I would have got defend objective 4 with my immolator.
putting you on 10 to 6.
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill that Immolator with a Rhino that can't fall back and shoot and charge. I have a Terminator all the way over there that's not going to be able to bring anything to bear. I think that's a win for the Sisters and Pals.
Let's recap.
Welly.
We both did it at the same time.
Welly.
Completely unplanned.
Welly Wellington. What a game!
Wow, mate.
It's been a long time since
It
we
has
played.
actually.
That was so much fun.
That was
so backwards and forwards.
How
How the hell is that Rhino still alive? What is wrong with me?
MVP? Clearly, that is being driven by an aspiring sorcerer.
Yes,
He's
just
well
like, yeah.
protected. He killed an assassin.
Yeah.
He was just charging sisters all game, and then it was offset by just the horrendous luck of just dying on Overwatch to a missile to the face, 2 missiles to the face. Yeah, it's a dice game. What a game, though. That was so much fun.
3 perils.
3 perils. God, double sixes everywhere. I made 2 double six charges.
Yeah.
I made some really, really key things in the second term with those Terminators arriving. I think if I was going to do something a bit different, I don't think there was much that I could have done differently, really.
I don't think so.
Because so much of it, especially with an army like Thousand Suns, so much of it is down to the luck.
Yeah.
Because if you do perils, it was really quite painful.
Yeah. I think as well, if you had gone first, I think it might have been quite a different game as well. That's always the case with this game, isn't it? If you go first, you normally have a bit of an advantage.
It is.
But then again, with Maelstrom, it's always a bit random.
Yeah. I think, just the bunker of 3 Exorcists, I could just not get rid of them.
They're good.
They're
They're
so good for all their points. I don't care what anyone says in regards to the random output. I get it. But you know what? You're paying 125 points for something that can do... Yes, and you could argue, but you want the consistency versus what it can do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's 125 points.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
Yeah.
It's 8.
Tough
Toughness
as
8. And Thousand Suns struggle with tanks anyway, because you kind of need the psychic powers to go off. And when you're playing on a Vanguard strike, when you're having to deal with, the threat of all these assassins coming down, and you're on the back foot with the turn 1, losing... I lost 2 Rhinos and some members of the squads as well. Yeah. The fact that they were able to sort of pull it back. But that's the thing. They've got the tricks up their sleeve. Maybe poor show with the Demon Prince.
He survived quite well.
He did. He didn't really do anything. He killed the Canoness.
Yeah.
But it was just that's the problem. 3 Vindicators, even when you're a Demon Prince. If they'd have all had a clear shot to him turn 1, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Like, that's it,
I think they were underwhelming this game because of some unfortunate dice rolling as usual, but I did have to move them quite a lot just based on some of the line of sight issues.
Sure.
And I think potentially maybe I shouldn't have dropped the third one in turn 1 because I think turn 2 they all had to move, so they got the negative for their hitting. But hey, I think the assassins are always great.
Yeah.
Eddie,
they're so much fun.
Eddie just had a great time.
Yeah.
He blew himself up, which is his favourite thing to do. The Calidus, although we forgot initially, but we were then remembered.
We revoked it. It's fine. It's fine.
Her ability to add
It's
the
so
extra command points.
She's my favourite.
Yeah,
she is my favourite. I think the Eversaur is fun. The Coluxus is a bit. I'm just talking on the basis of if you were going to take like 1, maybe 2. The Vindicare, I think, is just
again a bit random.
The thing is, when the Vindicare is a bit of a problem model for me in terms of what he does, because he is jam-packed with special rules, and when he works, you really feel it. A Vindicare is 85 points and should... they should be feared. I get it, but when a Vindicare can just go, because I've played games with Vindicares and against Vindicares where they do absolutely nothing, and then I've played games where every turn they've killed a character, and by the end of the game they've killed 500 points worth of characters from a single 85-point model, and it's crazy.
Yeah. You get a bit like with Headshot.
Exactly.
Amazing.
And that's the thing. You spent, you had 3 Vindicares, and really. Wasn't worth the points. But it's when you've got the one and it can have such an impact on the game that you kind of go, "Ooh, this is a bit much." Yeah. Whereas I think the Calidus kind of fits my preferred playstyle, which is like the mind games. The 4+ and the extra command points is so good. Yeah. I've played the games with her before, and she literally, the fear of her, and this was against someone with a full Red Corsairs army, dual Battalion Red Corsairs army. They've got nearly 20 command points, guys, and they were like, "I'm not really sure if I want to use this stratagem because it might cost me 3." And I'm like, All right, great. don't use it then. Wonderful. You know, I think she's the most fun, and because she can do a little bit of everything. The Vindicator is a bit swingy and can be an unfun model to play against if he's rolling hot, and unfun to use if he's rolling bad. The Eversaur is pure jokes.
No, it's amazing.
He's
my playstyle.
There's something
Random nonsense.
There's something about the Eversaur which is fun. And the Colux is obviously in a game like this, the -2 only came into effect once or twice, but it was on quite important powers. Temporal manipulation, I think would have passed actually to heal the prince.
That's really been
and some smites going off as well. So you know, like when they work, they're really good. I certainly am a big fan of running an execution force. And the sisters as well, just are generally a fun army.
They're very fun. Yeah, I think we're all excited for the new army, all excited for the new codex. Apparently this year, we'll see.
We'll
Have to
see.
wait and
I'm banking on a Christmas release.
Hope so. Fingers crossed. Thank you all for tuning in. Freeview bosses, make you over to tabletactics.tv if you'd like to see some more videos, more and more of this lovely,
wherever
lovely
the sign
stuff.
appears.
Yeah, wherever it is. Just get yourself over there. Get involved.
Could be that way.
All the videos live over there, so if you want to see some more of what we do, check us out. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you again for the game.
Thank you. Well done, mate.
Thank
Very
you.
well played. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thank me.
I thank you.
See you later on.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.